Hello, I'm here. Sorry I'm a couple minutes late. I drank too much carbonated stuff today and had to deal with the consequences. But what matters is I'm okay and here now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Very Serious Battles, Episode 4. Before someone says it, yes, I know Episode 3 is not on YouTube yet. I forgot. But I'll upload it tonight, I promise. And then I'll upload the other one tomorrow. We'll get back on track is the point. I promise I'll get back on track. Why is Twitch giving me a giant blurb about TwitchCon? But I'm not going to go to that. I like my back being in one piece. Twitch changed its URL on mobile, and I don't like it. It changed its URL? Weird. Don't come back until you breathe properly. I can breathe again now. We're good. That's why I asked about it. That makes sense. That makes sense. Anyway, before I get into other announcements and like setting up my TikTok live and stuff, let me go over to my other screen, if this is going to load. There we go, other screen. So that I can quickly explain the premise, remind everybody of generally how this is going to work, and you guys can start giving me your, or not giving me suggestions, but thinking of suggestions. My water bottle wasn't open correctly, and I spilled water all over myself. This is going very well. This water bottle's so weird, man. It's got a good capacity, but also, if you don't open it right, it spills water everywhere. Night Lumi, that's a great point. Remember that in a second when we're actually putting characters on the list. So, this is Very Serious Battles. A very fun series that I have been doing for, I guess, over a month. I said a month, but I skipped a week in there, so over a month. Where the premise is basically just coming up with the... We randomize versus battles with stupid and not traditional battle characters, and then we make official court ruling judgments on who's going to win, and we actually do our due diligence and research, and it's stupid nonsense, basically, but stupid nonsense that's fun to watch. As is the rule of this series, we have 100 characters on a wheel, and we are going to spin it twice, decide the verdict. Now, what I am going to do in a second is do my other stream announcements, because I have some quick things here and set up my TikTok live and stuff. But once that is done, what I'm going to do is go through this wheel, clear everything we did last week on episode 3, and then see what number we're at, and then take fan submissions from the chat to get us back up to 100. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and start the battles. Pretty simple concept, so I'm also going to say, don't start throwing them out now, because they'll get buried by other suggestions, but hold them for a minute. And then we will start getting stuff. Sir hydrating. Yeah, seriously. Sir drank too much sparkling ice when he was talking to Nathan because I got excited about fighting giants and was not thinking of the consequences of having to stream earlier. That's the other reason you didn't get any TikToks today. But you know what? I'm not perfect. I'm damn close, but I'm not there. Who texted me? Signal loss alert from my Dexcom. Thank you. Alright. Let me think of announcements here as I keep talking. I put them all up on the screen here. I finally updated this. First big announcement is that Outlaws Episode 3 is up on YouTube. Technically, I think it might be premiering right now. I don't actually know when the premiere starts. So therefore, I don't know when the premiere is going to end. But Outlaws Episode 3 is now publicly up for anyone who would like to go watch it. And as another extra reminder, this week is Outlaws Episode 4, which is going to be a big one because it is Nathan's last episode. Nathan is going on tour and will be out for the rest of Outlaws. He'll be back for Agents of Hades in October. But this is his last episode of this campaign. None of the players know how he's going to be written out of the campaign. That is a secret between Nathan and Panda. So if you would like to find out with us, I mean, that's going to be fun. So please come watch it. It'll be interesting one way or another. Other announcement, I believe. Oh yeah, Cannon Clash. Cannon Clash, Season 2, the game show that I did for a while. It is coming back this Saturday. Season 1, if you want to know the premise, is all up on my YouTube. YouTube is in the link. It'll also probably be going through the chat here in a second. And then Season 2 is starting up this Saturday. It is also, I think he's still coming. I need to actually double check that. I'm going to double check that right now. Yes! Nikhil Clayton is guest hosting episode 1 of Season 2. Nikhil Clayton is going to be on for this Saturday's episode, and that is going to be normal time Actually, this should say... shoot. I think it is actually going to be at 8. Crap, I need to... I put 8 up here because it used to be at 8, and then I changed my stream time. And I think I told the guests 8. I think I told the guests 8. Let me... Hold on. I might have done scheduling bad. 8 Central. Okay, you know what? Canon Clash is still going to be at 8. Everyone pause. Everyone hold on. I have to fix this on my Twitch schedule before I forget, and then we'll get into the actual content of the stream. Will you drop the guests? Yeah, sure, I'll drop the guests. The guests are Franklin's Herald on TikTok, who is one of the most knowledgeable on Marvel people that we've had on the show. So inviting her may have been a mistake, just because I think she's going to be too good at it. Which, hey, you know what? Why not, though? A guy named Bricks and Bionicles, who is a Lego TikToker, and Evan. You guys know who Evan is. All right, hold on. I'm going to change. I got to... Where's my schedule settings? Channel, content. Where is my schedule? Stream, channel, schedule. Canon Clash. Oh, why was it... What? Okay, well, my schedule had it starting at noon. So it was apparently even worse than I thought it was. Well, now that's fixed. You know what? Glad I looked. Glad that it didn't staying at noon. But anyway, yeah, Canon Clash is going to stay at 8, mostly just because I messed up. Sir confused on time. Yeah, seriously. Look, I have been... Usually I talk and do content for like an hour-ish before I go live. Today I've been doing it for like 5 hours, so my brain is going to be inherently fried just because I'm later in the usual day than I am for normal streams. What the heck is this? Oh my god, my phone is having a panic attack. Just play this. Play the TikTok live. Versus Battle Court, I think is going to be a more engaging TikTok live title. Green screen. What the heck is this? For the life of me, you know, I don't know how many people in this stream like actually record TikToks on their own, but TikTok has this weird thing where it really likes putting effects on automatically, like to encourage you to use the effects or whatever. But a lot of them are like the game filters, and for some reason it does that on lives. Like, why would I go live playing like a balloon popping game that just runs constantly for as long as I go live? Heck if I know, but TikTok is weird. Okay, there we go. On lives too? Yeah, it does that on lives too. TikTok sucks. Man, this is the last thing I'm going to say before I actually start taking submissions for the wheel, because we need to get into real content. But I found out... Whoa. That is the laggiest TikTok live I've ever seen in my life. It lost connection. What? This is still going, right? What the heck? Is my phone just being bad? It says there are people here. Can someone check my TikTok live and see if it's working? I think my phone is just having a panic attack. It says there are people there. I'm just going to assume it's working until someone tells me otherwise. Anyway, as I was saying, and then we'll fix this and figure stuff out. I found out today that TikTok only monetizes videos if you see them on the FYP. If you are on the following feed, none of those videos count towards monetization for creators. And if you go directly to someone's page and watch their videos there, it also doesn't count for monetization. Which is insane. Absolutely insane. Incredibly unethical. Like, I could get TikTok not counting monetization for views that are like on the page directly, because that could be like a little bit spammy, you know? But my god, not counting views from the following feed as paid is just absolutely insane. Okay, also, yeah, my phone is having a panic attack. We're going to restart my phone entirely because, dear Lord. But I'm not going to make you guys wait as I restart my phone, because that would be frustrating. So, as I restart my phone, I'm going to start fixing the wheel up. My Twitch is still live, right? Yeah, my Twitch live is fine. My Twitch live hasn't even had any issues. So that's definitely my phone and not my internet, which is, hey, much better. They're explaining character baddies. Yeah, I need to... I wish there was a way I could disable those for like the first 20 minutes. Because I would love to be able to do rewards like when I'm not doing setup and then have to catch up on them. Let me finish setup and then we'll catch up on them. Okay, so... here's the first thing we gotta do. Go through episode 3, which we did 10 battles. So there's 20 that we have to remove from this wheel. And then we will replace them. So Tony the Tiger we did. We did this. So theoretically we should end at 80, right? I'm not going to read all these off because go watch well, I would say go watch episode 3, but I forgot to upload it to YouTube. So go watch episode 3 tomorrow when I upload it. Oh, we do have Word Girl on here. Okay, cool. I forgot we had Word Girl on here. Bling Bling Boy, Hacker from Cyber Chase, Robbie Rotten, Jolly Green Giant. I think Paw Patrol. Yes, we did Paw Patrol. The Disrespectoids were from a previous episode that we missed. Whoops. Sophia the First was also from an older episode. Gumball, Face and Verb. Barney the Dinosaur, did we do that one? No, I remember adding him, but I don't believe we ever actually did this. Pinkie Pie, we did. Nancy Drew, we did. Quentin Tremblay, we did. Did him. Did them. Did Kronk. 82. Okay, so theoretically I did not take off enough. We also did Manila. Did we? I didn't even see Manila. Where's Manila? Oh, yeah, somehow I totally skipped Manila. But I Mickey Mouse. Gonzo, no. I'm going to do one more pass because I also need to be rebooting my phone. I forgot to do that. I mean, if I Lucky from Serial. Oh, Snap, Crackle, and Pop. Which I don't even see on here. I guess I removed them when we got them? Maybe okay, well maybe that's why the numbers aren't right. Oh, we did do Wubsy. Yes, you're right about Wubsy. That's probably why the numbers aren't lining up, is because I guess I sort of somehow took Snap, Crackle, and Pop off the wheel before we ever actually hit them. So we need 20 more. Also, Bree. Did we do Bree? We did do Bree from Lab Rats. Okay, cool. It was such an easy fight that I forgot that we did her. She was up at the top, right? Bree Lab Rats. Okay, 21. We need 21 new names. Also, yeah, I know I'm drinking a lot of water right now. It's because my throat is broken and is not working right. Okay, I'm going to start fixing this TikTok live, in which case, start pitching me ideas. Start pitching me ideas. Let's go. We need 21 of them. Obviously, if they've been on the wheel already, they will not be considered. Old Man McGucket. Sure. We've done some Gravity Falls ones. Why not put more Gravity Falls ones on there? I'm just going to write McGucket. Check the, if since I'm doing other stuff, I can't go check my Discord. Just give me the ideas here. Tech never works good, man. Chuck the Evil Sandwich Making Guy I will put on. I don't want to fill up with Word Girl, but Chuck the Evil Sandwich Making Guy. Chuck Tesmug. Chuck Tesmug from Word Girl. Okay, let's boot this up here. Octodad's great. Also, just so people know, I'm more inclined to pick ones that I have some familiarity with, just because that makes logical sense. Kool-Aid Man is good. How did we not put Kool-Aid Man on here already? Super Y we've done. Super Y was has already been on the wheel and appeared. Shut up. The Horrible Goose. Oh, from Goose Game? Yeah! Goose. Untitled Goose Game. That's great. Jack Jack. Okay, I'll put in Jack Jack. Normally I would say The Incredibles are too serious for this because we don't like to do serious fights in this, but I feel like Jack Jack is like... He's a baby. So, sure, we can throw him into the arena. The Planet Express crew from Futurama. I will not do the entire Planet Express crew, but I will put in Bender and Fry. Ice Bear. I believe the We Bare Bears crew as a unit. Right after I said I didn't want to do a unit. Thomas the Tank Engine is good. That's great, actually. Yes. I'm not gonna do D and Dorks ones. I feel like that's a very niche bit, and also power scaling with like my own lore is weird. Dr. Colosso from the Thundermans. That's the rabbit, right? I will put the rabbit in there. I don't know if I spelled that right, and I don't care. Juliet Butler from Artemis Fowl. She's the least serious. You're gonna have to give me more. What is Artemis Fowl? I think I saw the movie and it wasn't good, but I know nothing about Artemis Fowl. Wild Kratts are on here, I believe, or we might have already done. Do we put Wild Kratts on here, right? I think I put the Wild Kratts on here. Did I put the Wild? Yeah, there they are. They're on here. King Boo? Sure, King Boo's good. Wild Kratts are not on you. Yeah, no, they're not used, but I just wanted to make sure I hadn't put them on the wheel already. Dareth the Brown Ninja. That's from Ninjago, right? Yeah, sure. We'll do Dareth. Let's put in parentheses Ninjago because I will forget. Eli Shane from Slugterra. I feel like that's scraping the edge of too serious, but I will put him on there. No more. Oh, by the way, no more real people. No more real. I see a couple real names going through the chat. No more real people. I did that a couple times. I didn't want to touch that. Oh, but Brennan Lee Mulligan would be pretty funny. You know what? I'm making an exception for Brennan Lee Mulligan because I feel like he would want me to. Sure. Brennan Lee Mulligan is the only real person who's going to be allowed on this. I'm so tempted to put on Wen and Wee Wooligan. But I will not. Gingy from Shrek? Sure. 6 more. 6 more. Guy Fieri, but from regular show. That's funny and no. Gorilla Grodd? Nah, too serious. No serious characters don't get on here. No Marvel, no DC. This is bits. This is all stupid bits. Mr. Mime. Okay. Just a normal Mr. Mime. Pizza Steve from Uncle Grandpa. My God, that's a throwback, and sure. 4 more. Coach Z? Sure. Krusty? Alright, I'll do Krusty. I don't know if the clown is also supposed to be spelled with a K, and I don't care. TikTok, why would you assume that I want to do my live with a CGI Uncle Sam hat the whole time? No, I would rather not do my live with a CGI Uncle Sam hat the whole time. Ronald McDonald. Surely Ronald McDonald has already been done. Surely Ronald McDonald has already been done. Or is already on the wheel. Right? Is he not? That feels like such a given. I've been saying, like, fast food mascots are, like, a part of this series. Have I not put Ronald McDonald on here? I really don't think I have. That's wild. Ronald McDonald. Get in there. That's crazy. The fact that you've seen the Artemis Fowl series and don't know the books, it's so upsetting to me. I think I have heard of them, but I never read them. We only did Jack in the Box. Yeah, that's wild. Colonel Sanders is on here, though. I do know for a fact that Colonel Sanders is on the wheel. Okay, there we go. Now my TikTok live should be working for real because I rebooted my whole phone. Scoot in where this is supposed to go. What is Odd Squad? I have not heard of Odd Squad. Let me Google this really quick because I've seen that suggested a lot. I have no idea what this is. What is Odd Squad? It's PBS Kids though, so PBS Kids is a vibe that is generally acceptable. So what? Odd Todd? Bill the henchman from Panda Red. Now, how do you expect me to do that? Now, how do you expect me to do it? Crazy Dave from PVZ is a great one. That's a very good one. Oh, and that's 100. That's 100. There we go. That's 100. If your suggestion did not get on the wheel, I do this every Wednesday. So come back next Wednesday and maybe it will. Okay, I have a bunch of point rewards to get through. I will do those fast, and then we will actually start the content. Well, this has been content. Just binge Panda's TikToks. Just binge Panda's TikToks on live and try to find the lore of this character. I could call Panda. I'm not going to. Before people are like, yeah, call Panda. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. I wouldn't even call Nikhil for this. And Nikhil is someone I could actively call and be like, get on the stream, bitch. Where's my point reward tracker? Oh my god, there's so many. Okay. Actually, there's only like 3. Explain Spider-Boy, Spider-Man, and Superboy. Of all the characters they could have fused, why those? Was it just for the pun? It was just for the lazy pun. But I'd still rather have him than the Spider-Boy we have now. Anton, the name that I'm supposed to look up is Anton Crutch. I read it as Anton Crunch. And his name is Prime Minister Anton Crunch. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's funny enough that that's going to be the joke, is Prime Minister Anton Crunch. Captain Crunch's dad. How to waste however many points that reward is. That's what that was. But you know what? I don't care. I got to go faster. Cyrus Black. That's a name I definitely know I've heard of. Who the hell? That guy's got the dumbest helmet I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen some dumb helmets. How have I never heard of this guy with his very stupid helmet? He looks like an off-brand Quasar in a really funny way. I do love that. Google, I swear to God, I don't want to use your AI generative tool. I will never say yes to that. Stop giving me the prompt. All right. Let's go. It took 28 minutes, but hey, some of that was making the wheel, and that's viable content. Let's do some actual versus battles. I have my gavel ready. I have my gavel banging thing ready. Court is in session. I was holding the box so it didn't make a satisfying sound. Court is in session. Let's go. I thought you said Sirius Black. So did Google. I had to do a different search. All right. First spin of the night. I can still breathe only a little bit, but it's enough. Oh, and we're starting off so poorly. If you don't know what VOVV is, it is an abbreviation for Villains of Valley View. One of the worst shows to ever grace the Disney Plus streaming service, in my opinion. So I'll go over what this actually is when we find out what the opponent is and figure things out. But the quick abbreviation for this is that I generally, or at least I used to, I've kind of given up now, mostly because of this show. I used to generally try to keep up with superhero media. If I saw a superhero show on something, I would give it a watch. That's why I watched some of Jupiter's Legacy before giving that up, and The Boys. I try to watch superhero stuff. So when I saw Disney Channel had a new superhero themed sitcom, I was like, cool, it's bad. It's really bad. And we're going to talk about why once we figure out who they're fighting. Do my easy formatting here. Episode 4, Battle 1, I guess I'll actually say the full name for the sake of marking. Villains of Valley View versus... Also, there's an ad break that's going to start soon, but I'll stall. Hide choice. Get them out of my sight. Spin for their opponents. Annoyingly, they're going to be a kind of hard fight because it is a family of supervillains. Idiot supervillains, but supervillains. Okay. Now I feel like there's going to be some lore here. I don't know a lot about the the greater Colonel Sanders mythos, we'll call it, but I feel like Colonel Sanders is going to have some like weird esoteric power from a commercial or something. We'll see what we can find, because it's definitely not nothing. With the weirdness that is KFC marketing, there's going to be something there. But, yeah, he uses a lantern ring. You're right. I knew it. So, we're going to do... Okay, since we're about to be on an ad break, I think I'm going to do the Explain Character Badly first. Then we're going to start with Villains of Valley View. We usually do the first rolled character first and then the second. Matthew Storm. It's basically my name. Very close, at least. Is that from Marvel? Oh, yeah. Who the heck is this? The son of Human Torch and the Wasp. From what? From What If 114. Secret Wars 25 years later. This is the jankiest comic cover. What? Who are these people? What is this green Hawkeye? This is a rabbit hole for later, but yeah, I mean this character just looks like the most generic kid of two superheroes who has the powers of both his parents trope I've ever seen in my life. Also, Agent Blizzard said there was a comic that was erased from the internet where he got his own Lantern Corps. Erased from the internet? How thoroughly? We'll see what I can find. I'll see what I can find. If I will, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. If I cannot find the comic where Colonel Sanders has the Lantern Corps, I will text Comic Drake right now, and he will find it. I make that solemn promise to you. In fact, you know what? Because of that, we're gonna start on Colonel Sanders so that I can text Drake and have time. Hold on. I'm gonna do some research off screen. Well, on the other screen. Because I don't necessarily want to be seen, don't necessarily want to, like, show you places to get comics that aren't traditionally, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Okay, let's see. Give me a second. The Colonel of... I just searched KFC. And I found it immediately. Erased from the internet. There's 3 of them. Wow. Okay, so we are actually... Now that I've found that, and easier than I thought, we're going to do Villains of Value first. We're going to stick with the formula. But don't worry, I did find all 3 of the DC Comics Colonel Sanders crossovers. It took me 5 seconds. But we'll start with the Villains of Value. Now, I will say, I don't know how thorough any sort of wiki articles are going to be for this show. The Villains of Valley View has their own wiki. Of course they do! Right! How silly of me to think that they wouldn't. I won't text Panda and Akil. Drake would be down there. Well, no, okay. I would text Panda and Akil for like a quick brief thing. I'm not to like appear on stream, because that's a bigger commitment. But like if I needed a help on something, I would text any of them. The reason I said Drake specifically is that Drake and I have specifically been like, yeah, Drake knows how to find any comic necessary, and I have used his services before. By the way, if anyone's curious, the video that Drake and I are doing expanding the, like, Peter Parker Spider-Verse thing, where it's like how many people in the Spider-Verse are Peter Parker, that is still 100% coming. We just decided to delay it because we were, how do I phrase this? We were originally going to release it to try and, like, go off of the hype of Across the Spider-Verse, but it took a little bit too long for that. So what we're doing now is we're going to delay it, and we're going to release it closer to Spider-Man 2. So that we can kind of go off the Spider-Man hype that's going to be around at that time. But it is still 100% coming. Okay, Villains of Valley View. Villains of Valley View is a very bad show. The family is supervillains, and they piss off the king's supervillain, and then they can't be villains anymore. They gotta hide, or so that the king villain doesn't kill them. I watched like 4 episodes of this show and then stopped because it's really, really bad. Thank you for the subscription, Saint. Unthank you for the slander against my good name. Let's look at their powers, right? Because there are 5 of them, I think. I guess 5 of them. I genuinely don't remember. They have, you know what? This is actually a pretty good little snapshot of this. This pretty much sums up the show. Havoc. She's a super villain. Oh, by the way, I guess I should say they're not really super villains because this is a Disney show. So they're super villains who just end up being the good guys. Hey, Matt, it's a good show. What is? Surely not this one. All right, let's look at their powers, though. She's the sound one, right? Yeah. She's just sound. Pretty generic sound powers. A lot of them. Since there's so many, I'm not going to be able to go through all of them individually, just for the sake of time. But I will pull up the full family. Okay, there we go. It's Thundermans, but worse. Yes. Isn't Havoc a Marvel character? So 2 things to that point. Number 1, yes, there is a Marvel character called Havoc, but for the record, his name is spelled with a K instead of a C. I don't know why that is. I don't know if there's an in-universe lore reason for it. It might have to do with the fact that the second point is you can't copyright words. Marvel and DC and the Villains of Valley View could all have superheroes named Havoc, because Havoc is just a word. It's normally spelled with a C, though, so that might be why Marvel spelled it with a K. I don't know. But yeah, basically, yes, there's a shared name there, but it's because you can't trademark, not copyright. You can't trademark words. So, she's Havoc. She got sound powers. Her brother is Chaos. His name's just Chaos, and he has the most generic costume in the world. So generic that is there even a gallery that I can look at to show you guys? Oh, there's a separate image gallery page. Wow. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, now that's a Disney sitcom supervillain costume if I've ever seen one. Chaos. I think his power is just super strength too, right? Yeah, super strength. Great. What a why is his name Chaos if his power is just superhuman strength? You can see how much I hate this freaking show. This is the most disappointing character I've ever seen. He's the most generic boy. He just has the boring black suit with like some silver designs. His name is generic. His power is generic. This is the show. This is the show, guys. This is the episode of Very Serious Battles where Matt starts out angry because Villains of Valley View showed up. Anyway, there's more of them. Not him. Get him off my screen. Colby Madden, the kid. I think he's a shapeshifter, right? Flash form. Yeah. What's his costume? We gotta see all the costumes. It is worth noting, by the way, that the Colonel is gonna just wreck these kids. Super generic suit. I think that might be a plot point, actually. I do remember one thing. I remember one thing about this character, actually. And let me see if this is ever like noted. It doesn't. I remember one thing about this character, and the thing that I remember is that he is like a kid, and yet there was like an extended arc where he shapeshifted into like his mom's sweater to hide in like a messy room and got stuck that way. And it was just very weird undertones throughout the whole episode. It was weird. That's all I'm gonna say. Obviously, it was nothing like overt because it's a Disney Channel show, but like, it would. I don't like this show. Anyway, he can shapeshift. Craniac. Oh, look at him. Oh, look at this boy. Oh, look at his beard and his Phantom of the Opera looking ass. He's a mad scientist. Duh. Does he even have powers? I don't think so. No, he's just a mad scientist. His mask is stupid. His costume is just a lab coat. Oh, Octogirl. Wait, you're right. What is the... Don't even get me started on Octogirl. Yeah, this show has weird undertones. That's the other thing. Craniac is a better name, though. You're right. Out of the names, his is the only one that's not just a word. I guess Flash Form is okay. I'm not going to criticize Flash Form. I hate this so much. Can we say they lose now? No, I got one more to go through. I got to go through the mom. I don't remember what her powers are at all. Okay, well, her name is Surge. So that probably answers it, right? Is it lightning? Yeah, lightning powers. What's her costume? Did not even have it? Maybe I clicked the wrong... Oh, no, that was... Oh, no, they don't even have her full suit. It's just this. Just this Madam Hydra looking... This show's bad, guys. It's just not good. I've already drained this whole water bottle. Gonna need to go refill that in a bit. Anyway, I'll get this all off your screens now. All that we need to know is sound, strong, kind of uncontrollable shape-shifting, smart, and lightning. That's what we're dealing with. All of the powers except for lightning and smart are children who don't really know too much about what they're doing. Especially Colby Madden Flash Form, who turns into his mother's clothing. God, this show's weird. Let's talk about Colonel Sanders, huh? That's going to be a lot better. How do I set this up in a way where I don't actively show you guys the URL for the website I'm using? Hold on, I'm gonna throw this to my big camera here so I can mess with some stuff. And again, it's not hard to find, but I don't like being... Let me go on record saying now that I am using a not entirely great site for this, but I'm doing it for like research and archival purposes. There we go. This is probably going to be way too zoomed in. Yes, I was right. Can I zoom it out? No. No, oh, zoom. Minus. Ah, there we go. There we go. Okay, hold on. Oh. Oh, this is the most zoomed out it can get. Oh, that's wonderful. That's great. Great for my purposes. Okay. Green Lantern versus Colonel Sanders. So, I think that we can assume pretty safely here. This is also not perfectly zoomed in, but it's good enough for our purposes. I think we can safely assume that this is going to be the highest peak of power that we see from the Colonel, right? I think this is the highest peak of power that we see from the Colonel, so I think we can pretty much just start at this, right? Across the universe, we're just going to skim this because this is like a whole one-shot, and I'm not going to read you a whole one-shot. Okay, so he's got a mechanical bucket and his cane. He's got a sandwich in there. This is his... He test-fired it into orbit. Okay. Hal Jordan... Oh, this is not the first one, I guess. I can't tell you how my life's changed since I met you in the Flash. You all showed me that there are other worlds, heck, other universes out there. So, this is not the first... This is not the first Colonel Sanders crossover. Interesting. Interesting. Whoa, I'm actually unironically loving the Colonel Sanders spacesuit fit over here. This is actually pretty cool. I like that a lot, actually. Oh, okay, so they're throwing a whole bunch of sandwiches into these warp gates across the planet. That's neat. Oh no, but they're all empty. Oh, cause the what's his name? The Orange Lantern guy. I'm forgetting his name, and I'm sure a billion people in chat are gonna jump in to correct me immediately. So the one Orange Lantern dude, Larfleeze. Thank you, Larfleeze. Larfleeze steals all the chicken sandwiches. No. Okay, There's a better way, Colonel. My power ring has the ability to make a temporary copy of itself that'll split its power. Genuine question to people who know more about Green Lantern than I do. Is that a real thing, or did they just make that up for this? Is that a real thing? He's got a chicken lantern. Okay, cool. Yes, this is a real thing. All right. So it is temporary. Noteworthy. So he has the... We know he has the... He meets Adam Strange? Hold the hell on. What? Who wrote this? Okay, very briefly. He meets Adam Strange in like 2 panels. Okay. Okay. So... There is an interesting thing here where even if we assume Mr. Sanders, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say Mr. Sanders, Colonel Sanders, even if Colonel Sanders cannot keep the power of the Green Lantern ring, it is worth noting that it takes willpower to use it. So if he can use it effectively, that means he has high willpower, right? That's pretty clear. Sandwiches, he wants all the zingers. There we go. All right, now we get to see some powers here. Fist, basic. Not cool, but not that complicated. I mean, look at what Hal did. Hal did a whole mech suit. And Colonel Sanders hits some people with some forks and some chicken. That looks more like a turkey leg, but I'm going to assume, logically. Now, notably, I'm going to say something here. I don't think he used this lantern ring that well. This is a little bit of a shocker here. The most complex thing he makes is a scale model of a KFC. That's not that complicated, as lantern rings go. Now, sure, he's not necessarily experienced with it, but it's willpower, right? That's not that complicated. I'm a little underwhelmed by the Colonel's usage of this powerful weapon. Let's take some other things here. Let's see. There are a Crisis of Infinite Colonels. Yeah, sure. I'll just put that up there really briefly. Oh, nope. That's not what I wanted to do at all. I think I did just show what the website was. I don't care that much. You guys can figure it out. For the record, I don't encourage it, but I did my best. Okay, zoom out. Anyway, all new Colonel Corps. Now, these are alternate universe Colonels. This is a great cover. So we cannot assume their power into the main Colonel. But the Colonels of Two Worlds. Oh, there's 3. There's 3 of them. And I think I'm looking at them backwards, but also I don't care that much, to be honest with you. Okay, so Evil Twin Colonel from her 3. Colonel Sunder. That's great. Love that. That's Evil Colonel, I'm assuming. Lady Colonel. Who's notably younger than normal Colonel Sanders, which is kind of funny. Flash. Earth 3? 2? 3. What's... I don't actually care enough to figure this out. Whatever the gender swap Earth is. Detective Colonel Harlan Sanders, Gotham City Police Force, is beating the crap out of somebody. Okay, I need some normal... What are some normal Colonel feats here? Whoa. Oh, is this Bizarro Colonel? Teen Colonel. Love that. Colonel Grodd. Okay, this is going off the rails very fast. Colonel Corps. So he's the leader of the Colonel Corps. But again, doesn't seem to have it. Yeah, resisting some sort of mental manipulation is viable. The funniest thing about this is, like, it seems that Colonel Sanders himself doesn't actually have that. I really hate to say this, but this is a courtroom, right? This is a courtroom. And I do feel as though the villains of Valley View are, like, logically going to win. Now, there's one more Colonel Sanders comic to look at. right? But so far, Colonel Sanders himself has done tragically little. He has assists from more superpowered versions of himself. It looks like he choked out a gorilla, though. Did he do that? Did I scroll too far for that? Did he choke out a gorilla? No, that's no. That's not him. That's not him. That's the one with sunglasses. That's a different one. That's this one, the one with superpowers. That's not our colonel, for lack of a better term. Doesn't seem to do that much. Anyway, we got one more book. This is a courtroom. We have to consider all the facts. And since this is a kernel of 2 worlds, God dang it, I have 2 browser tabs up because it's the easiest way to frame things, and it's making it difficult. Okay. This is just 2 kernels. So, hopefully, he won't need as many assists here, right? I believe we should allow him to have a small team against this team. We'll see what the court says. But let's look at the resources first. Okay. Flash, I'm here for the food. This is more important than a man's honor. You feckless fry cook. You copycat and cuss. I like the word feckless. I feel like we should start sidebar for the court. I think we should bring the word feckless back because it sounds like a curse word and isn't. Probably the root words are probably the same, but anyway. Okay, so he punches this guy. His auto defenses activate. Okay, now see, here we go. Now he's doing things at the very least. He's doing things at the very least here, right? He's getting shot at with... I'm not sure what that is. I'm assuming it's frozen chicken. Because I'm assuming this is a bit where it's like the chicken's never frozen. So he's shooting that... Okay, he chunks a whole fast food table hard... There we go! Now we're getting some evidence. He chunks a whole table hard enough to destroy metal machinery. That's good. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. So some definitive super strength here. Finally, in the last one we look at. Definite super strength. So we're looking... Okay, so let's break down what we know, right? The Green Lantern comic showed us that he has the willpower to wield the Green Lantern ring. The effectiveness of his wielding doesn't seem to be incredible, but he can wield it, and that's something, right? The Kernels of Multiple Worlds 1, or Infinite Earths, Kernels of Infinite, whatever they called it. Not Multiple Worlds. Duh. Anyway, that one didn't show us that much. Doesn't show us that much for this. This does definitely give us some super strength. Demonstrably, super strength. I know people are pointing out the KFC telenovela short film thing. I don't know if I can show that. Technically, I shouldn't even be showing this. I don't think I'm going to get in any copyright trouble for showing this. It'll probably be fine, but like I don't want to... I feel like showing the telenovela would be like getting closer to a line that I don't want to cross. So, since he's going against a team, why not give him Pizza Hut and Taco Bell too? That is fair. But also, what resources do we have? Or does he have? I hate to say this, guys. I'm trying to find... I'm really trying to give the Colonel a benefit of the doubt here. I'm really trying to give the Colonel a benefit of the doubt. Because I don't like the Village of Valley View. But... I don't think the Colonel's going to take this one home. I don't think the Colonel's going to take this one home. The only way that he wins this is by calling in other superheroes. Which, to be fair, he does seem to have an uncanny ability to do. It really does seem like he has Hal Jordan on speed dial, which is helpful because Hal Jordan easily wins against the VOVV. So, do we count the Colonel having Hal Jordan on speed dial as a power of the Colonel? Is that a power of the Colonel? I want to. Again, I want to, because I want him to win. KFC as a restaurant is fine, and I want him to win, but not Hal, not Flash, but the giant rock one? But here's the thing. He explicitly was only able to access the multiverse because of the Flash of Earth 11. Only by the Flash of Earth 11. Hal Jordan on speed dial? Hal Jordan is not the Flash. Hal Jordan is Green Lantern. I think I see what you were going for there, but that would be Barry Allen or Wally West. I actually don't know which Flash this is. I'm going to assume Barry Allen. But yeah, it pains me. It pains me to do what I'm about to do here. But this is a courtroom. What are his feats in the I Love You, Colonel Sanders dating game? I think it's just Colonel okay. In the spirit of trying to figure this out. Also, then I'm going to have to take a quick break to fix my ability to breathe. Oh my god. Okay. I think it's just a cooking school, right? The dating sim takes place at a cooking school. A kind of weird cooking school. But a cooking school. He commands an army of loyal KFC employees. How loyal are your employees going to be on minimum wage? And you know what? They shouldn't be loyal on minimum wage. I'm far left on the spectrum enough to say that. They shouldn't be loyal on minimum wage. It pains me. It pains me to do this. But, I gotta say, this is an unbiased courtroom, and though I, as the judge, will go on record saying I desperately want my bias to be able to shine through here, the Colonel would want me to be fair. If there's one thing that we've learned from the Colonel Sanders comics, it's that he is a man of integrity. And he would want this court to be fair. And therefore, in the spirit of the Colonel, and what he would want, I have to rule in favor of the villains of Valley View. It is the hardest decision I have ever made and will ever make in this courtroom. And I'm tempted to end the episode now. But I won't do that because I need to make money. So, Battle 2! Let's move on from this tragic loss for us as a community. I am going to take a break in a second because I need to fix my ability to breathe. But to keep people invested in the... I did just fully show the website where I... Well, oh well. I'm going to roll for the next battle. Then I'm going to take like a quick 90-second break, fix my ability to breathe, and we will continue in a second, but I'll set this up so that you guys have something to be intrigued about. A sad day in this justice system, that is very true, but let's move on and try to redeem our sins as we go. That was a long pause. Next battle is not great. There's a entertaining start, but not great for victory purposes. Now, I've never seen The Office. I've seen, like, isolated episodes of The Office, but I have not watched it all the way through and have zero desire to. That said, I am a human that lives on Earth and therefore am generally aware of who Michael Scott is. Let's see who he's fighting. This will be almost certainly an immediate wipe. I don't know why I let someone put Michael Scott on the board, but hey, maybe it'll be something. Now that is a superhuman. That is probably the least combat capable of the lab rats. But hey, we'll do what we can. We'll do what we can in this courtroom, though I do not think this will be one that requires much deliberation. However, for that purpose, you will have to wait about 90 seconds, because it is generally helpful for a judge and streamer both to be able to breathe as he talks. So give me like 90 seconds to re-enable that ability, And we will continue with this fight when I return. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I'm back. Sorry that took a little bit longer than I thought it would. I decided I wanted pizza, so I have that now. Anyway, I'm just going to kind of eat this as we go. You'll be happy to know that I can breathe again, so that's good. Anyway, as I'm eating this pizza, pulling a classic Nikhil Clayton maneuver, let's do this fight. I don't think it's going to be that difficult. There are 8 hydrates. Well, great. I'll drink after I eat the pizza. It's from Domino's, before anyone asks. Gotta be an Office wiki, right? There it is. It's called Dunderpedia, which is what I should have expected it to be called. I wonder if there's going to be a powers and abilities section on Michael Scott's page on the Office wiki. I hope so. What kind? It's just like ground beef. It's nothing fancy because I didn't want to pay a lot of money. Alright, let's see. I'll talk more when I'm done with the pizza, don't worry. It's a long wiki page. It's a long wiki page. There we go. Okay. Alter egos. Romantic relationships. I saw a pizza, actually. I think I was just hungry. Alright, not super helpful yet. Did he consume his 8 sips of water? I'm going to be drinking way more than 8 because I just finished pizza. Alright, let's see. Okay, hold on. I did Google Michael Scott versus battle just to see if anyone's thought about this. And I'm not, there's nothing interesting. Actually, not even nothing interesting, nothing at all. I was hoping that might be something funny, but I don't really think there is. What is the alter ego category? I do think that's just like less alter egos and more just like bits that he does, right? Like I know Prison Mike, as I said, I have not seen The Office other than like a few isolated episodes I have been shown by friends. Agent Michael Scarn. Oh, I am aware of that. Michael Scarn is probably the most, because that's him as like a spy, right? It's him as a James Bond. Michael the Magic attempts to escape from a straitjacket but fails because of a lost key. It's a bad start. Michael Clump. Michael Scotch. Blind Guy McSqueezy. Okay, none of these are good. Scranton Strangler. Wait, what? Only appears in the blooper reel. Okay. Mykonos? What? Orville Tutenbacher. Okay, so nothing. We're not finding anything of any interest here. Let's I don't know why I'm beating around the bush here. This one's going to take 5 minutes to determine. Let me run through the powers section of Chase Labrats. That's his official name is Chase Labrats, one word. And I'm trying really hard to like mine for jokes in this one to get something interesting to talk about. I don't know why I'm beating around the bush. We should be fast because this one's boring and get to more interesting ones. Where's the thing? Force field, super senses, super durability. Laser. He has a lightsaber. No, we rule in favor of Chase from Labrats, and then we move on to more interesting things. One thing about being a streamer that's very important is knowing when to not pursue a joke. And after failing at that for the last 5 minutes, we're going to move on to a better one. Chase has a lot of... Also, Michael Scott is not very smart, and Chase is super smart. That's his whole bit. Someone redeemed Shelf Showcase as well at a good time. I actually do have new stuff. Look, I'll grab a new thing. I have a few new things. I got this guy. I got a new friend. Is a slime. The case of Scott v. Davenport is settled out of court. Yeah. I got a slime. Look at him. He's an electro slime. He's got little circuit boards. Got like a floppy little... I don't really know what this is. But look, he's a big squishy guy. There you go. Slime. You go over there. Okay. Battle 3? How are we only on... we're only on 3 after an hour because Villains of Valley View versus Colonel Sanders was a very long one. That's why. Also, I couldn't breathe. That probably slowed things down, huh? Anyway, let's get to some fighting. It's been too long, by which I mean about 30 seconds. Third battle, first contestant is... Ooh, I'm liking this one already. Norm from Phineas and Ferb. A great one for this type of thing. Why does the wheel take so long? I don't know. I need to see if there's settings to make it go faster. There genuinely might be. Norm from Phineas and Ferb is incredible. Tool settings, spin behavior. Oh, spinning duration. Oh, I can cut the spinning duration in half. Ah, great. Okay. Spinning speed level. What if I double the spinning speed level? Phineas and Herb. Did I type in P and H? That's my bad if I did do that. But you know what I meant. Oh, that's going to give people seizures if I keep it at that spin level. Let's turn that down a little bit. And I did speed up the wheel, which is nice. Oh, this is good. Oh, this one's really good. Yeah. Okay. This one, funny enough, we're going to turn that spinning level down before I forget. I'll leave it a little bit faster just for fun. I'll leave it the same. That's okay. This one might be too real, but we're doing it anyway. Also, I know we're in an ad break. Not that people who are in an ad break can hear me, but I will spend the time on the ad break typing in the court record, that the case name. I don't know why I'm spending so much time thinking about what this is named. Norb from Phineas and Ferb. I spelled Phineas right? That's such a weird name to spell. Versus Totally Spies. What are their names? I know Alex, Clover, and then there's another one. That's a Google search. It's Totally Spies. Sam, Alex, Clover. Just the main 3. Again, this one is like probably too real. If any have been like very, very on the same level, you know, like I feel like a crossover in which Phineas and Ferb or the Totally Spies crew fights Norm from Phineas and Ferb. Like that's the most believable versus battle that we have had on this series, which I don't know if that's good or bad, right? There's pros and cons to that, but I need to stop talking about it and actually start judicating. Is that the word? I feel like that's a Whatever. Norm from Phineas and Ferb. You can tell so easily that I've been talking for the last 5 hours because my brain is running at a different speed than it usually does. I still have to record TikToks after this stream, and I might just not. I might also take tomorrow off. Who knows? Norm. There's gotta be a gadgets. Yeah, there we go. Super strength, hypertransportation, invulnerability, invulnerability just straight up is wild. I'm going to assume that that's enhanced durability because I've seen Phineas and Ferb. Sound system, he can extend his arms and legs. He can transform into a pickup truck. Notably, he does run on squirrel power. That's a weakness. He can be piloted, that doesn't matter. But then... the weaponry episode. The best song in Phineas and Ferb. Do we think I would be allowed to show a Phineas and Ferb song on here? No, I don't want to risk Disney copyright. I feel like I probably would. Like, I feel like, Dan Povenmire wouldn't mind if I showed it, but also Disney copyright lawyers scare me. So we're just going to use some pictures from the episode. And if people want to leave for 2 minutes and look up the weaponry song from Phineas and Ferb, I won't be mad because it's incredibly good. Just please come back afterwards. I need the money. However, we can hopefully find an image gallery from the episode. Most of these have something along those lines. If I can't find an image, I will just Google it and find some still images. I think I can show that because he has a whole arsenal. And the weapons that he has available is good. We can look at a full inventory. Dan Poppenmeyer wouldn't care. No, I don't think he would care at all. I think he would 100% give his blessing to me showing that song on here if it was up to him. But I don't think that that's up to him. Phineas and Ferb weaponry. And again, what I'll probably end up doing here is I will just... Well, this is uploaded on YouTube just from... What? What is this? What the heck is... So I found a YouTube channel called PNF Chiapas, which is a region of Mexico. And surely this is not official. Surely this is not Disney official. Given that the description is just thanks for these 8 years, but it also has here we go. We have to find some weird little corner of the internet in every one of these episodes, or it's not an episode of Very Serious Battles. And I think Phineas and Ferb Chiapas, with the description literally of thanks for these 8 years. Oh, and it ended 4 years ago. What is this? What is Jimdo.com? What is this? Screw it. I'm playing the song. I don't care. This is not official. Oh, I gotta click back through. That was because it was a different tab. My bad. Okay. I'm not gonna play it for myself. I don't need to hear it, but just for safety purposes, this is for reaction content and is therefore modifying the original under U.S. copyright law. Look at that. Okay, so we're gonna go through this like frame by frame. That way, I am therefore modifying the content. I'm not sure what these are. These are some sort of lasers, maybe. So some sort of guns, some sort of shoulder-mounted guns, some sort of tracking radar system. That's cool. They're never seen used. I don't think most of his weapons are seen used in this, but we can assume. I drank that too fast. This is not a good stream for my ability to breathe like a normal human. Laser cutter in the hand. Notable. Some sort of orb blaster. Don't know what those orbs are, but they seem to have some level of power. There's no sound for us either. Weird. Okay, that makes it legally safer for me, though, so let's pretend I did that on purpose. Blades on the elbows. Wolverine claws. Big missile launcher that just kind of pops out of his chest there. I should be inventorying these, but I'm taking a mental stock. Actually, you know what? Screw it. I think I paused my music. I'm just going to turn my music back on so that there is sound. He got grappled. Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man hand. Okay. Tanks the cannonball and then just kind of shoots it right back. Lots of weapons here. Once again, he's got missiles. Flamethrower. I don't know. Taser? I don't know what those pods are. Those might be like the radar scanners, if anything. Also, we can fly. That's notable. So, I think if we are to recap these, let me know if I missed anything. But recapping the weapon inventory for the court, we have various missiles, flamethrowers, electric weapons, and bladed weapons. Several different types and locations of bladed weapons, and the laser cutter in the finger. All those. Okay. Noted. Now, let's check out the opponents. I do feel somewhat obligated to say this as we go into the Totally Spies section of this this stream. Yes, I am well aware of the reputation that this show has. I might make some jokes about it if I can do them tastefully. But chat's not allowed to. That's a streamer exclusive joke privileges today. If you don't know what the reputation of Totally Spies is, good. Just go on being cool with that. Lane, thank you for the sub. All right, now I think this is a given. Sorry, the bug on my freaking screen. There's been a fly in my house for days that I cannot get rid of, and it is driving me insane. Okay, so I don't believe. Amy, you can look it up. You're a mature adult. You can look it up. But age 14 to 22 is a huge range. Anyway, I don't believe that these three have powers inherently, right? They have spy tech. Totally Spies has a bad reputation. Maybe I should just shut up. I don't want to unintentionally. Anyway, gadgetry, right? Maybe there's a whole thing because they don't have individual. They don't have individual powers. Okay, now hold on. This does say inherited the spy gene. Is that Samantha was born to Gabriella and inherited the spy gene from her? Is that a metaphor? Is that a metaphor? Or is that a literal thing? Okay, well, now we have to go check. What is Gabriella? Descendant of the Sisterhood. And we're in the weeds. The Sisterhood was an ancient guild of warrior women who wanted to eliminate all men. See, now we're getting into what the show has a reputation for being. Yeah, okay. I said I was going to try to avoid this, and then we immediately, without even trying, went into a section where it talks about inviting the members of this warrior woman group to wrestling matches and hypnotizing them. And it's a thing. All I'm going to say for this is that this show has a reputation for using themes a lot. A lot. Anyway, I have no idea what this is. I watched this show like a little bit. So they're okay. So they're descendants of like ancient Wonder Women people? What? Spy assassins. This is more of a lore rabbit hole than I was expecting to go on. Why do I feel like the camera's higher than normal? I think it's because I sunk down in the chair, and also I think I might have sort of knocked it over. But yes, it was because in my depression at having to research Totally Spies, I have fully sunk down in my chair. Okay, is there any level of what? Scam and Sam? What? Okay. I think this is probably too small for you guys to read on screen. First off, I don't know who Tim Scam is. Before we figure this nonsense out, I gotta figure. Is this a villain? Is this a villain? Tim Scam, fictional supervillain. Okay, he's a former agent of the. This show. Why did I allow this to be on the wheel? Anyway, I'm gonna read you this because this stream we started with Villain to Valley View and now we're here. Tim Scam's name is interesting for being a villain, as Timothy translates to honoring God. It could be a reference to the fact that he believes himself superior to others, or that he is proven to be superior than other villains, but was scammed of the honor he wanted. As a criminal, he is scamming God, which is representative of the justice system of honor. Using this comparison, he can be seen as a fallen angel, and his turn to crime would follow the quote, "It is better to rule in hell than serve in heaven." His name is Tim. His name is Tim. And someone overthought it this much? Tim! Are you kidding me? There's not even a cited source. What is this? I clicked on the link. Spacey. This is a Star Trek wiki. Honor, is this, and that's gonna, okay, that takes me to the Wikipedia article for the name Timothy. His name is fucking Tim. What are you doing? What are you doing, Totally Spies Phantom Wiki editors? I mean, I know what you're doing and none of it's good, but Tim? Oh my god. No, KR, I know KR. I'm well aware of what this I kind of just want to skip this. I kind of just want to move on. Oh my god. It's worth noting, this isn't even his wiki page. This is Samantha's wiki page. Why is the deep biblical origins of the name Timothy contained on someone else's wiki page? I hate this series. I hate the things I learn every Wednesday of my life. This whole section, Scam and Sam, all of that. Oh my god. All that I wanted was no, we're not going through the image gallery. No, I'm not. I got a bit down there and realized how bad of an idea that was. I just wanted like a gadget database. That's all I wanted. I just wanted to know what gadgets they have. You know what? Fuck this. They're spies and there's 3 of them. They can take down 1 robot. Oh my god. The court rules that the judge wants to go home. I'm in my home. I'm in my bedroom right now. I can't even escape. There's nowhere to go to escape this. I'm so tired. Battle 4. This is the worst. Whoops. This is the worst episode of this series in recorded history. Oh my god. Amy, Amy, I'm just gonna DM you really quick what the thing with Totally Spies is, and if you guys want me to talk about it on stream, tough. I'm not going to. Let me explain this to Amy really quick. Hold on. You guys are just gonna have to be patient. Okay, there we go. I've explained to Amy, because Amy's, again, a mature adult, gets to know these things. Safe space. No, it's not. Not for you. I don't know who's here. It's a safe space for me. I don't know about you guys. It's a safe... Me not saying it is what makes this space safe. Me being a reasonable person and not saying it is what is making this place safe. There we go. Amy's screaming. We're... moving on. I'm so sad today. Oh! Oh, and one of the best movies from my childhood rockets in to save the vibes. Oh, the vibes have been so incredibly saved. The vibes went from all the way down in hell to just rocketing up to good levels. Rocketing up to good stuff. Oh, let's go. Oh, wow, there's another ad break coming soon. Well, you know what? We'll set this up, and then don't worry, you won't miss the Lava Girl thing. This is gonna be good. Oh, okay, please. Please, lore gods above, justice gods, gods of the court, Focalor the Hydro Archon. Please keep the vibes up. I need one with just good vibes. I need a battle with good vibes. I don't want it to be boring. I just want it to be good. Please. One. Lucky Leprechaun. I feel like there were more interesting ones. I feel like there were 100% more interesting options available. Wait, no! Lucky has the whole thing where each Lucky Charm gives him a different power, doesn't it? Yes, no. This is the serial character that actively has powers. Good. Oh, good. Okay. Never mind. The vibes are good. Oh, the vibes are good. Oh, thank God. Okay, a good. You have no idea how happy I am. Because this is the serial character that actually has powers. Like, well-established powers. Oh, good. Oh. Oh, sigh of relief. Sigh of relief. My brain is dead. I'm gonna sleep for 24 hours after this. You guys aren't getting TikToks tomorrow, and it's because of this stream. Oh, God. Ah, there we go. This is good. It's okay. It is very weird to me that if you go to the Shark Boy and Lava Girl wiki, now the default, get Totally Spies the fuck out of here. The default now is it shows you the adult forms first. Adult forms is a weird way of phrasing that, but you know what I meant. Also, oh, the ad break is on right now, so I'm going to pause. Did you hear League might have an actual vampire character soon? Is Briar a vampire? Is it Briar or is it someone else? I saw Briar's kit. She looks insane. Also, yes, I'm 100% stalling because of ad break. This stream is like not doing very well, but screw it. It probably shouldn't. Should I just call the episode title "Don't Watch This Episode" on YouTube? Because that will make people watch it more, but then I can say that I've warned them. Briar seems to be vampire. That's actually wild. Toby Loves Turtles says, I missed the last match. Who won? Don't worry about it. It's better that you don't know. The ad break ends in 5 seconds, and then we can actually start talking about this. But yes, good vibes. Freaking finally. Anyway, as I was saying, it's weird that the Shark Boy Lava Girl wiki page now defaults to the adult version of Lava Girl and not the one from the movie where she actually matters. So, Lava Girl. I think the powers here are going to be pretty simple, right? Fire powers. I believe she also can, like, turn into lava, right? Like, that's a thing. I guess, actually, we should establish this. Adult or child Lava Girl? No, child Lava Girl, right? Because We Can Be Heroes sucks. We Can Be Heroes is not a good movie. So I think we go for child powers, not like the higher level of mastery of adult Lava Girl, just because I don't want to acknowledge that that movie exists. Okay, yeah, the OG, because the OG movie's good. Well, yeah, it's good. It's good understanding what it is, but I'm not going to say it's bad. Okay. Powers and abilities. Exactly what her name suggests. She has lava-based powers. She can manipulate magma. She can shoot magma. She can also turn her body into liquid magma and reform from it. She has increased agility. She can ignite her hair. Can she fly? I forget if she can fly or not, because I seem to remember her being able to fly. It also kind of looks like she can fly in this image, like this. She's clearly flying here, but I don't know if she has that ability when she's younger. I also don't know if she's flying on her own power or if it's like a heat blast thing where she, well, like the heat blast hybrid guy thing where she's like flying on something. She can control natural lava, right? I don't know why not. I don't think we ever actually see her doing that because in the original movie, she's just from like the dream world. It's so weird that they did the dream world thing that then goes into We Can Be Heroes. Because she doesn't exist in, like, the real world in the first movie, so I'm going to assume that she can. I think we can safely assume that Lava Girl can control naturally occurring lava, just because it makes enough sense. But I don't believe that she can fly outside of We Can Be Heroes, which we are going to not consider because it sucks. Okay, so very easy powers here. Lava. In the original movie, she saves them by making a volcano erupt, but it's in Dreamworld. Yeah, I'm going to assume that she can control naturally occurring lava. Okay, so, cool. Lucky. Lucky from Serial. Lucky from Serial. Okay, Lucky Charms. I know that there's lore. The main power of Lucky from Lucky Charms, right, is that there's some sort of lore about, like, each of the charms has a different power. So he has, like, 7 powers. Lucky Charms is actually a pretty good cereal, but I don't eat it that often. So I don't remember what the powers are. Come on, I'm trying to poke... Oh, Story of Lucky Charms. There we go. I'm trying to poke around the, that's not nearly as helpful as I wanted it to. Come on, family activities. Usually these cereal websites will have some sort of, like, lore page or kids page. This one's a little lacking. I thought there's a section in About that says Story of Lucky Charms, and it is this, which is not as helpful as I thought it would be. Apparently it has 8 charms. I thought it was 7, but I could be very wrong here. This website is so bare bones. Okay. There's got to be an easy database of Lucky Charms powers. If I Google that, will that do anything? Ah, there we go. That was much easier than I thought. They added unicorns as the latest charm, but isn't that old though? Or I didn't eat Lucky Charms like when I was a kid, but then I started eating them in college because when you're in college, you can do whatever you want. If you're not of college age, don't listen to me. I'm dumb. Okay, here we go. There we go. As of April 2021, the following are explanations of the permanent marshmallows. There are 8 of them. Cool. Heart Charm. Gives life to objects. So we are starting right off the bat with a very good power. Now, it notably does not say whether he can control the objects or not. I am going to thus assume that this works like the animate object spell in D&D, so he kind of can. Star Charm, power of flight. Pretty good. Horseshoe Charm, power of speed. Clover Charm, power of luck. I wish we had a degree as to how helpful that was, because that could be a really good power or just a mediocre one. Blue Moon, power of invisibility. Rainbow Charm, power to teleport. Okay. Red Balloon Charm, power to float. Which, he's already got flight, so I don't know why he needs that one, but whatever. And Unicorn Charm brings color to the world. And that... See, now that's the kind of rabbit hole that I'm more open to on this channel, because that is open-ended. And there is a DC character named Color Kid. Which, yes, it's also gay. That's also true. But, there's, that's very vague. Check the limited edition ones. I kind of scrolled through this very quickly, but, we're gonna want to go with the temper, or the power. The permanent powers. Permanent powers. In the mascot thread ranking stream from a while back, we chose to read the balloon charm as gravity control. Remember? Well, yeah, but that was a year ago, probably. And I don't know what my logic was at the time. It probably didn't make any sense. I want to figure out what this unicorn charm thing is. Unicorn Lucky Charm. What is brings color to the world? Can he just do... Can he change the color of anything? Is that it? Or is it like is this like a situational thing? Magical unicorn charms now in every bowl. I don't see. Why is there not an internet database for the superpowers afforded to the leprechaun from Lucky Charms? Past me's an idiot. Don't listen to him. I mean, present me's an idiot. And future me will probably continue the pattern. So... Dang, that was also a good line off the top of my head. For all the horrible stuff that's happening in this stream, I've had a few good lines. I'll give myself that. Lucky Charms, Unicorn, Marshmallow from Hypebeast.com. Great. No more Hourglass. Okay, so that's irrelevant. But are you going to explain what brings color to the world means? There's a Twitter poll. Oh, it was something with emojis. That's kind of dumb. It's very open-ended. What does brings color to the world mean? This is very important. Colors are just visible light waves. Okay. Let me explain. Oh, you know what? Let me explain why I'm putting so much thought into this color thing. Because there's actually a really good reason as to why I am saying this, right? And it is because of a character from DC Comics, or maybe just DC. No, there he is. From a character called Color Kid. Color Kid at DC Database. There we go. That's what I wanted. Oh, he's under his real name, Ulu Vak. My bad for not calling him Ulu Vak like I should be, apparently. Apparently he is more relevant in the TV series than anything else. Point is, there's this guy named Color Kid. He looks weird because he's an alien, and aliens look weird sometimes. Point is, his power is that he can change the colors of things, right? Which is, like, not very good. The C in comics stands for comics, so you're saying comics. Actually, no, it doesn't. It used to stand for Detective Comics, and it has since been changed to just be DC. Legally, DC doesn't stand for anything anymore. It is just DC Comics, not Detective Comics. It used to be. But Detective Comics is not a thing. It's just DC. Anyway. The point is, he has color changing powers, but he can use them in a bunch. You're right. This is a courtroom. I have to use their legal name, Mr. Vak. Vak? I'm going to assume it's Vak, and I don't know if that's right or not. Point is, his power is that he can change the color of things, which starts off as kind of a bit, but he can disguise himself and others. He can camouflage, and I think he gets to a point where he can change the color of, like, air to make illusions and stuff. I could be wrong about that, but I do believe that if, like, with enough control over his power, he can make illusions and things. Which is much better. Like, that's a good power. If he can just make illusions by coloring air molecules. Cool. I found a thing. According to the inaugural cereal box, unicorns can cleanse water with a touch of their horn, heal whatever troubles you, and always know when you're telling the truth. Okay, so where the hell did the brings color to the world thing come from if that was what was on the box? We're gonna get through so few actual battles in this episode because every single one has been boring or a rabbit hole. God. Anyway, you know what? Maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe, he says. Maybe I'm just... Oh! Chonda Hulk, I found a commercial where he uses the unicorn marshmallow to create illusory clones of a unicorn. Great. Thank you, Chonda. Can you link it? No, you can't, legally. Legally, I'm in a legal headspace. You can't link it, but can you tell me the name of like the video so I can Google it and show it? I don't have links available to anybody on Twitch because I'm not going to open links up to the wilds of the internet. But if you can tell me the name of the commercial, I will look it up and I will show it. Lucky Charms cereal commercial unicorn 2019. Okay, I probably could have, in hindsight, probably could have figured that one out by myself. Lucky Charm unicorn commercial 2019. There we go. Lucky Charms cereal commercial. Oh, it's only 15 seconds. It's very blurry. Is that a formatted? It's close enough. Okay, Lucky Charms cereal commercial. You got it. I know you can't hear it. Oh, yeah. Actually, are those even illusions, or does he just... I don't think those... Hold on. I don't think those are illusions, because the cart got faster. Yeah, I think he just straight up conjured that. Yeah, he conjured a whole chariot. That is not an illusion. He conjured that. Okay. So we can summon their illusions. They're pulling the cart. Or no, they're not illusions because the cart wasn't there either. The cart wasn't there either. He was riding one and he summoned the cart and 3 horses. So he's got summons. Yeah, okay, so he can give life to inanimate objects. He can apparently also just make... Even if we assume that the unicorn charm's power is just making like those unicorns, right? Like it's like this is gonna be wild if you don't know what this myth is. It's like the teeth that grow into soldiers from that Greek myth. Even if we assume that it's just like a charm can be summoned into a unicorn, that's still really good. He can give life to objects. He got flight, speed, luck, invisibility. He can teleport. Now, the interesting thing about Lucky, and this is actually, I think, going to be the sort of linchpin, right? Not a lot of offensive capability here, right? Not a ton of offensive capability. Giving life to objects, yeah, maybe that could be helpful, but most objects are not going to hold up to lava, right? Even like rocks or metal, like lava is going to get to the melting point of that stuff. So this, not very helpful offensively. Flight, actually, we'll lump these in one. Flight and speed are both good powers, but if he touches Lava Girl, that's probably damage, right? Probably a contact damage situation if she's made of lava, at least partially. That's contact damage. Not helpful. Luck will come back to at the end, because that's the most helpful. Invisibility, good, but once again, Lava Girl is fire. She's lava. She's going to be putting out a lot of heat if she wants to. So, how helpful is invisibility for offense? Not. Righteous Steak has just made the comment in chat, if he touches Lava Girl, his marshmallows are getting toasted. Good. I'm a little mad at you that you got to that joke before I did. Wow. Yeah. Good. Back to where I was going. Teleport. Once again, also, like, teleporting is also another kind of redundant power. Like, it's good, but he has flight, speed, invisibility. Like, teleporting, it just doesn't change that much. Floating, I don't care about this. Even if for some reason in the past I ruled it as gravity control, which is nonsense, it's not offensive helpful. The unicorn, if he can summon unicorns, are unicorns fireproof? I don't think so. I don't think so. The only thing that he has offensively that is not like a contact ability, it's luck. You're right. As some people have said here, offenses. He does not have a lot of offense. They don't have to be if he can keep summoning. Okay. Interesting thing here, though. Does Lucky have an infinite supply of Lucky Charms? I'm gonna rule... I don't think so. He's probably got a lot of them, but That commercial, he's had like 3 of the things, he threw them out and he summoned 3 unicorns. So it's 1-to-1. Right? It is not an infinite supply. And can Lava Girl just keep burning unicorns for as long as, until he exhausts his supply? I think so. Can't the balloon charm just make Lava Girl float up into the atmosphere? I'm gonna say that's probably less of a factor because she does have some level of fire abilities, right? Like, even if she can't fly on her own power, I think it's viable that she would somehow have some ability to combat floating. Doesn't he pull him out of a magic bag? Does he? I don't know. I don't want to pull up the commercial again, but, it's offense. Because really, luck, good, unpredictable. So you know what? Here's how I'm going to rule luck. I think this is a fair ruling for luck in this case of, like, ambiguous power. I think for the sake of luck, we are going to rule that any sort of ambiguous or questionable situation is going to automatically go in Lucky's favor. Does that seem like a fair interpretation of that power? Everybody? Jury? Jurors? Audience? Since we don't know the extent, I think we assume that any ambiguous situation, we just rule in favor of him, right? So, really the main question that we have is, can he summon enough unicorns to win this offensive battle? Because, yes, he can hide. Yes, he can leave. But, this is we're assuming a situation where they have to fight here because it's boring otherwise. He can turn invisible. He can go around quickly. He can fly. Lava Girl is literally named Lava Girl and has been shown to make volcanoes erupt before. If she wants to go very literally scorched earth, she is very capable of a scorched earth kind of scenario. And I don't care how fast or how invisible he is. If Lava Girl makes a volcano erupt on the battlefield, not gonna be great for him. Is this Kid Lava Girl or adult? Kid Lava Girl, because the adult one is not good. That's a bad movie. I'm gonna say, yeah, so that's a good point, is Scorched Earth. It's so annoying because I really think flight would be helpful here. Because if you give Lava Girl any level of flight ability, she can just rain fire from above. It's so funny, all these metaphors of like scorched earth, rain, fire, like they're metaphors, but they're also very literal in this case. I remember very distinctly he made some trees come to life to hold the kids. Can he bring the rocks or lava to life? That is an interesting question. I am going to rule as the judge. I think this is one of those ambiguous things, right? But I'm going to rule as the judge. I think that Lava Girl, as inherently living lava herself, could probably overtake Lucky's ability, right? Because she controls lava, she is living lava. I don't think Lucky, like, turning a rock or a blob of lava into something sentient would remove it from her control. I'm going to rule that she has priority. I think that's reasonable. So, let's go back to Lava Girl's page here. What's her height of power? What's her height of power? Not from the other movie though. Oh! She wins. She 100% wins. I have forgotten about one of her powers entirely. She 100% wins. She can liquefy herself and reform. Unicorn tries to stab that. She just turns into liquid lava and kills it. And she can do that as many times as she needs. Right? That answers that question pretty easily. What's a unicorn going to do against just liquid magma? Yeah, right? This feels like such a simple solution to a problem we've been debating for the last 20 minutes, but what is a unicorn going to do against liquid lava? This is going to be an annoying fight, right? Like, this is not going to be a fun fight to watch, because a lot of it is just going to be Lava Girl torching random sections of countryside until she finds where Lucky is hiding, or the entire world is ash or both. But I do think that she wins because Lucky just doesn't have any recourse against a being made of lava. What is a unicorn going to do against liquid lava needs to be the title. Oh, this episode's going to have a kick-ass last hour to overcome the worst episode ever allegations. But, hey, it's another good possible title. Regardless, yeah. This was a nice battle. Definitely a good one, which is something we definitely needed. But the court rules in favor of Lava Girl. While Lucky technically probably does have... Not probably. Lucky technically has a higher height of power. He lacks the offensive capability to do anything in this fight. And Lava Girl is made of fire. And as offensive capabilities go, that ranks pretty high. Battle 5. I cannot believe we're only on 5 after almost 2 hours. Let's spin the wheel. It's a little bit faster now, or at least it should be. I need to turn that spin power down. I thought I made it faster. Did I not, save it? Maybe I didn't. Let me check it. Blue from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. See, the vibes have gotten better. Oh, I didn't save it. Wait, so did I... What if... Hold on. What if I turn the spinning level up and then... Okay. This is gonna... If you have seizures, maybe don't watch this next part. Boy, I don't have seizures, and that was difficult to watch on my screen. Oh, good. Oh, very good vibes. Oh, the vibes have been... The vibes have been improved. The vibes are good. The vibes are good. Oh, the vibes have gotten so much better. Blue versus the freaking Roadrunner is excellent. It's very, very good. Hello, Mother. Welcome. You've come at a time when the vibes are slowly being healed. They've been very low for the last 2 hours. Last hour and a half. The Lucky versus Lava Girl one was pretty good. Anyway, Blue from Foster's Home. Let's look at this. See, I'm excited about this one. This one's going to be great. This is going to be a good court case. Does Blue have a last name? Oh, yeah, Blue Regard Q Kazoo. Duh. The case of Kazoo v. Runner. This is going to be amazing. I'm very excited about this. Please don't say... Okay. Alright. Blue Regard, Q, Kazoo. Now, the powers are going to be interesting. Because this is just... It's basically just some Toon Force. Some Toon Force stuff, right? Basically just some Toon Force. But there might be some more specific things. I have seen Foster's Home, but it's been a while. That said, I'm not seeing any sort of powers and abilities section, though maybe I just sort of scrolled by it accidentally. Is it just a Toon Force kind of thing? Is that mainly what we're dealing with? I kind of thought there were more specific things that Blue could do. But maybe it is just a Toon Force thing. Okay, I'm trying to look through here. Actually, okay, genuine question for chat. Anyone who's watched Foster's Home in the last few years, which I have not, is there any level of extra ability on top of Toon Force? Outside of Toon Force, right? Blue is smart when it comes to his very specific interests, like pranking and nonsense and stuff, but not really smart and easily trickable otherwise. Which, notably, that is 100% going to be a factor here. I think probably the main factor, outside of any sort of powers, Blue, this is Roadrunner we're talking about. I think Blue and Wile E. Coyote, they got some similarities. Blue is going to fall for Roadrunner's tricks, right? Blue is going to fall for Roadrunner's tricks 100% of the time. So on that note, let's pull up Roadrunner's info here. Looney Tunes fandom, that's probably what we want. Roadrunner, also known as Beep Beep. All right, cool. In the case of Kazoo v Beep, which is much better. So Roadrunner's just fast, right? Roadrunner's just incredibly fast, and oh, this is actually nice, like a little show Bible thing. Though, you know, I'm realizing something here, actually. Is Roadrunner specifically, like, intelligent or clever? Or is Coyote just not? Because I haven't seen a lot of, like, the old Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote cartoons. I've seen some, but I've seen a lot from, like, the Looney Tunes show. The 2012 one, which is great. Fantastic show. Is Roadrunner notably like a sort of Bugs Bunny-esque trickster? I'm actually thinking no. Love that show. Yes, that is a very good show. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I think he just runs, doesn't do anything specifically. Okay, well, this has changed in vibe a little bit. Another question that's viable here is... This is where we're going to start getting very weird. Okay, this is a weird thought. This is a weird thought here. What Toon Force have we seen Roadrunner demonstrate? Has Roadrunner ever been caught to the point where we get to see a demonstration of Toon Force level durability? We can assume that Roadrunner is durable because he's in a cartoon, but this is a courtroom. We cannot make assumptions like that. We have to go off the facts, off the hard evidence. And there's this amazing little laws and rules section, which, given that this is a courtroom, I'm so glad. I wish more pages had this. Okay. As in other cartoons, Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote must follow the laws of cartoon physics. Okay, now, see, I will say, that actually did... You know what? That might... Well, okay, hold on. That's a generic summary. That's not a primary source. The primary source is these 7 rules, right? Okay, the primary source is the 7 rules here. Roadrunner cannot harm the coyote except by going beep beep. And then this rule was broken in like 7 episodes. But we can assume that means low offensive capabilities. We're going to assume that means low offensive capabilities. Coyote, no dialogue. The Roadrunner must stay on the road for no reason other than that he's a Roadrunner. Now, okay. Now that's interesting. Does that mean he literally has to stay on the road, or does that mean he likes to because he's a Roadrunner but can go off of it? That is ambiguous. Whatever. All tools, weapons... Okay, no, that's not relevant. The coyote is allowed to catch Roadrunner, but is not allowed to eat him. So he can be caught. He can be caught. Okay. That's good. That's important. That's good to know. So we know speed and some level of Toon Force. Some level of Toon Force can be assumed. I think while we do want to go off the primary sources, I think it is only reasonable to assume some level of Toon Force. So, but how does that compare to Blue? Once again, I think one thing that's really helpful here is that Blue is fairly comparable to Coyote in a lot of vibes, I think, which is very funny. Blue does a ton of nonsense all the time. He has a million names. I wish there was... Okay, let me scroll through... I was hoping that there would be something in the trivia here. This is a tough one. I thought this one was going to be more... Like solid. I thought this was going to be more laid out. Arch nemesis. I love how he has multiple characters that are listed as arch nemesis. This might give us some level of helpful things here. See, I'm at a loss here. I'm at a bit of a loss here. Just because I really thought this one was going to be more interesting and also more like more established information. It goes back to the question of, well, wait. I have a thought here. Hold on. Let me in case this goes nowhere, I'm not going to explain my whole logic, but I'm going to look through this here. Ah, yes. Now this is interesting. The episode Soup or Sonic, debuting in 1980. Of Roadrunner, to be clear. Though that should be obvious from the fact that it was 1980. That's not when Foster Tone was airing. This is one of the episodes in which the Roadrunner is caught. As Wile E. Coyote gets, shrunk, I guess. Catches the Roadrunner, but then is too small to eat him. And there's a panel here. I say panel because I'm in comic book mode, but it does specifically say, okay, Wile guys, you always wanted me to catch him, now what do I do? What I was wondering here is, does the Roadrunner escape after being caught? Or does it just sort of end the episode and reset in the next episode, right? And according to this, he can only hold up signs stating, okay, wise guys, you always wanted me to catch him, now what do I do? That is the last line of the plot summary, which implies a reset. It implies no level of on-screen escape, which means if the Roadrunner gets caught, that is a victory for Blue, right? This is a death battle type scenario, so we are assuming some level of bloodlust. I don't know if I've assumed that before, but we're going to assume it now. And basically what we're assuming is the win condition is capturing. Because if the Roadrunner cannot escape on his own, you capture him, you win. And the Roadrunner can be captured. Does not have any level of auto immunity to that. So the question is not, can Blue beat Roadrunner? It is, can Blue catch Roadrunner? And Blue definitely has less in the form of gadgetry, right? He definitely has, he doesn't have access to Acme. And he's also notably lazy. I do think how many times can I say I do think before making a verdict? I think Roadrunner wins. I think it's close. I think there's a non-zero chance that Blue wins. I don't think this is a 100% the Roadrunner wins every time situation. I think there is a shot that Blue catches Roadrunner, but I, in general, do not think that Blue has the resources or, more importantly, dedication to putting in the work to catch Roadrunner. And that's the only way he wins, right? The win con is not fighting, it is catching, because there's no way that you're going to beat him in a fight. You just got to trick him and catch him. And Blue doesn't have the dedication for that. He's lazy. I think there's a chance to... I think Blue could win if he applied himself. But kind of fundamentally to the character, he's not going to do that. Therefore, this court rules in favor of... Beep beep. Roadrunner. A long battle with probably not as interesting a result as I was hoping, but hey, not all these can be interesting. And hey, most of them today have not been. Let's see why I have so many text messages. It's unrelated, but my blood sugar is still so high. I will try to fix that as we go. Let's get ready for Battle 6. I feel like we've just been doing less and less battles. We have been doing less and less battles every episode. Maybe we need to do like a lightning round next week. Like next week I try to do specific fast stuff. Are these fights in character or bloodlusted? I think what the determining factor should be, and I don't know if I've actually said this before, but this is a valid enough time to win this. To determine this. I really have been talking for too long today because my brain totally fried. I should record TikToks today. I don't think that's going to happen. This is a good time to determine this, though. I think the win condition here needs to be ability to kill. Not necessarily willingness to, but ability. If Blue catches Roadrunner and Roadrunner can't escape, Blue then has the ability to kill him. So I think ability. Ability is the thing that determines this, right? I've always thought it would be interesting to see these fights as debated in universe. Well, I mean, yeah, they're in character personality-wise, but like that's why I say ability to kill is what matters rather than willingness. Anyway, Battle 6. We really need to try to do at least a couple more. I got 50 minutes. We can definitely do a couple more here. Goose from Untitled Goose Game. This is actually going to be a pretty funny one. Because we get to talk about, like, strength level of what he can pull around. That said, watch us get someone huge who just kind of steps on him, and that's the end of the battle. I'm calling it now. Are we going to get someone gigantic? My brain is thinking of so many ways that I can take this bit that it's short-circuiting me, and I don't know. I kind of want to reroll. I kind of want to reroll just because Magic School Bus is such a good... it's such a good one that I don't want to waste it on Goose. I know the bit is that we just do whatever we roll. But really? Are we gonna waste Magic School Bus on Untitled Goose Game? This is my show. No, the heck we are not. We are re-rolling. I don't care. This stream has had the most chaotic and mostly bad matchups. We're doing another one. Sure. Goose versus Tiger. Goose versus Tiger. I do think in this case we are going to look at El Tigre first, actually, because that one's going to be more complicated. No, I have not seen this show, but I have seen it. Okay, you know... In hindsight, just Googling El Tigre does just bring up results for Tiger for Spanish language websites. Don't know why I thought that would have any different result. Here we go. Okay, now I'm immediately confused. Hold on, let me pull up the image. Pull up the image. Okay, so the first... I have not seen El Tigre. I said that a second ago. Let me... Well, actually, there's an ad break going on right now that's going to... Let me wait 8 seconds because I'm going to recruit the jury here. I accidentally closed out my ad break timer, so I have no idea how long the ad's... It's probably done now, right? It's probably done. Okay, so I have not seen El Tigre. I don't know if I should be pronouncing that differently, but also I don't want to do that thing where people put on like an accent for pronouncing words from other languages. So we're just going to go with El Tigre. I'm not seeing this show, and I'm immediately confused by this wiki page, which says El Tigre is the, quoting exactly here, half superhero and half supervillain form of Manny Rivera. Is half superhero, half supervillain like a gimmick of the show, or is that just someone not explaining it well on this wiki? Please someone explain to me what that means. It says here, it's like, oh, he's been a hero to stop supervillains, but also has committed evil deeds. He's conflicted on being hero and villain. Okay, so that is actually like a gimmick of the show. Interesting. Okay, good. Probably could have explained that a little better in the wiki regardless, but that is much more helpful. His grandfather's a villain, his father's a hero, he has not decided. Okay, that's fun, actually. That's neat. That's a neat concept for a show. I'm gonna say it, I don't like his costume. I don't know if that's a controversial take or not, but this is not the best costume I've ever seen. Doesn't really read as tiger to me. But, okay. When he becomes El Tigre, which, how does he do that? What's the, belt buckle. And a sombrero. And a belt? Wait. Oh, all three. All three, okay. His costume's inspired by Lucha. Oh, no, I get the inspiration. I'm just saying it doesn't read as tiger. It needs to be stripier. It needs to be stripier and probably have more orange on it. It's very brown. I get the inspiration. It's just the theming doesn't read. Anyway. When he becomes El Tigre, he gains the following powers. Super strength, jumping abilities. That's probably just a function of super strength. Coordination, better fighter, combat skills. Same diff. Retractable claws. He is a tiger, so that makes sense. Grappling hook hand. That's neat. Okay. So it took me a second to parse that. Especially because as I was thinking, it said that the chain is part of El Tigre's body and can feel pain if he cuts it. That's wild. And then in the events of the episode The Grave Escape, he learns how to summon and control an ancient tiger spirit and turns into a tiger ghost guy. Neat. Neat. Okay. Pretty good, actually. So we're starting off good. We're starting off with a straight-up superhero, which kind of just seems like speed, strength, durability, and also Wolverine claw chain hands. Out of left field, but I like it. Who's he fighting again? Oh, right. Okay. A very bad goose. A very bad goose is what we got. Goose Untitled. If I just search like Goose Untitled Goose Game. Yeah, that's just going to bring up... Google's just going to register that as redundant. Untitled Goose Game... Should I just be blunt? I was talking a bit ago about wanting to do a lightning round so that we could get through more. We're gonna do... Okay, ladies and gentlemen and others of the jury. Imagine in your mind a tiger cage. Or a tiger habitat in a zoo or whatever. It doesn't have to be a cage. It can be a nice spacious area with lots of plants and a little waterfall. Whatever. And then imagine you just kind of chunk a goose in there. And just imagine how that goes. It's not a great scene, I don't think. The goose does have a knife. Yes, but sort of by definition, the tiger has many. Many in mouth and on hands. Tiger has knives. It is a very awful goose. Archie, it was a very awful goose. I like Untitled Goose Game. That's a fun game. I've beaten that game twice. It's good. It's enjoyable. The goose is dead. The goose is dead. A tiger with a tiger with the intelligence of a man, of a boy, but still. Same diff. This goose gets eaten. It's not clean. It's a very not pleasant scene to watch. Mistrial. It's a goose and a tiger. He's got to get... actually, Amy? You just said he's got to get close to the goose to use him. No, he does not. He has grappling hook hands. On a fundamental level, he does not have to get close to the goose. He can snipe that goose. He can snipe it. I'm sorry. The court rules in favor of the Tiger Man. What was his name? Rivera. In the case of Rivera v. Goose, Rivera wins. We needed a quick one. And there's that. Can the goose fly, though? Not in the game, actually. I don't believe that the goose ever demonstrates any ability to fly. And then, once again, grappling hook hands. Snipe, episode 4, Snipe That Goose. We are really racking up the good episode titles today in an episode that people are going to get to the Totally Spies part and then close. Very Serious Battles, episode 4, Snipe That Goose does kind of rule, though. That's maybe my favorite so far. And it was the most simple battle. Anyway, let's do another one. Coach Z. Why do I let people put these things on? Why do I allow these names? I really need to start taking this wheel more seriously. I'm sorry to say, but Coach Z? Really? If you don't know who Coach Z is, you're probably one of my younger viewers. And don't worry, you'll learn. But let's see who Coach Z is fighting. Coach Z versus the entirety of My Chemical Romance. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. My Chemical Romance. I think this was one that I put on the wheel, right? I think this was one of my own additions. Coach Z is who we're starting with, though. Coach Z is from an old web series, I guess you'd call it, called Homestar Runner. Who in this chat? I'm actually gonna make a Twitch poll for this because this wiki is being weird. Can one of my mods, just for the sake of time, as I try to figure out how to make this work, can one of my mods start up a poll just of who's heard of Homestar Runner? Because I'm really curious what the audience is gonna know of this series. I'm about your age and I don't know who Coach Z is. No, that's what I'm saying. I feel like this is very much a weird thing. Also, the Homestar Runner wiki not loading. Maybe this one? I think we're gonna have to use this one, which is a little, and by a little I mean a lot less effective. But the main Homestar Runner wiki. I really cannot talk after talking with Nathan for so long earlier today. The main Homestar Runner wiki is not loading, unfortunately. It seems to be going through some problems, but we're just going to use this one. Poll isn't working for me. Oh, maybe... Would that... No, my internet wouldn't affect your ability to make a poll. Also, my internet is fine. Oh, well, weird coincidence. Anyway, Coach Z is from an old web series called Homestar Runner. Also, yes, Saint, since the wiki here is not going to be super reliable, we're going to have to use it. This isn't even showing me any images, man. What is up? This episode is just so cursed. All right, I'm bringing up images of Coach Z normally so that I can show everybody. I want you guys, if you don't know who this is already, to get an idea of what you might think Coach Z is in your mind. And I don't think any of you were going to guess this dude. This is Coach Z. He's just kind of a guy. He mispronounces things constantly, and he is a coach of... I don't know what sport? I was about to say, it might never actually be stated. Which says he's a coach, though it's unclear exactly which sport he coaches. When giving advice, he tends to start with the phrases such as, "You can't just rush into the score zone," things like that. As Saint adds, based on the Strong Bad Email personal favorites, Coach Z canonically has knife skills. Also, based on other tunes, he can drive people away through the power of his gross and weird habits. I'm realizing very quickly that this is going to read just so badly to anyone who does not know what Homestar Runner is. And most of this wiki also seems to just be a full record of his mispronunciations and every episode they appear in. Okay. Not inconsistencies. Fun facts. Okay, so literally all we know, and I think this is probably the bit of this, is that he's just a probably somewhat athletic person who has knife skills and is also generally gross and unsettling to be around. That's not a good start. That's not a good start for Coach Z. Because I feel like My Chemical Romance, they probably have some level of how to deal with knife skills, right? How many people are in My Chemical Romance? 4? 4. 5? 5. I'm seeing images of 4 and I'm seeing images of 5. I don't... Is it used to be 4 or used to be 5 and now it's 4? I know Gerard, Mikey, Frank, and Ray. Was there a 5th one who dropped out at some point? Because like I said, I'm seeing 4 and 5 here. I'm just going to use this image because I like Gerard's hair in it. My Chemical Romance. I don't think I have to explain to you who this group of emo boys is. Sorry to the one that I'm accidentally cutting out of the image here. Let me actually do a little image resizing to get everybody in. So first off, 4v1. 4v1 is pretty good. Also, these guys are nerds, straight up. We know this for sure. They would play D&D, or did they actually play D&D while they were in Tour Bus, or did they just want to? I don't know if that... I think they did. Surely they can beat one awkward dude with a knife, right? One awkward... Look, I have had my share of creepy fans that I've had to deal with, and I am a very, very, very minor TikTok influencer. I'm sure that My Chemical Romance very much knows how to deal with creepy fans, as is symbolized by the police cars going by my apartment right now. Coach Z is the level of... He's not a power level. His power level is vaguely creepy guy with a knife. My Chemical Romance surely knows how to deal with this at this much, right? Gerard Way defeats Coach Z with insane non-binary comic nerd powers. I mean, yeah, this is no contest. This is another one where it's just a very quick, not super interesting fight, but like, it's just My Chemical Romance versus one creepy guy. And as I said, if I have dealt with creepy people, certainly they have, and certainly they're better at it than I am. The court rules in favor of, let me do the bit here. In the case of Z v. Way, Hierro, and Toro, now that bit doesn't roll off the tongue, the court rules in favor of My Chemical Romance. I'm really happy they won, actually. I don't think we've acknowledged that it was very unlikely that they were going to win any of these fights. But they got into a position where they did, and I'm proud of them. I really didn't think they were going to win. There were so many superpowered people. Even low-level superpowered people had, like, Toon Force. I don't think Coach Z has any of that. Surely Coach Z gets, like, hurt a lot in a lot of things. The fact that you didn't say ZVMCR... I'm off my game, Amy. I have been talking for so much today about D&D stuff. My brain is going in 4 different directions, and then I had to deal with so much bullshit at the start of this stream. The first hour of this one sucks so bad. So just be happy I'm still doing the episode. Okay. Okay, let's see. 2 hours, 27 minutes. Let's at least try to get in 3 more, right? I want to at least try to get 10. I feel like 10 is the minimum that we need to hit. So I think it's gonna be 3 hours or 10, whichever comes last, if that makes sense, right? If we get through 3 in a short amount of time, we'll run until we hit the 3-hour mark on the stream. If it takes us more than half hour to get through the 3 battles, we will go till we do 3. So 3 hours or 3 more fights, whichever comes last. That's how long this episode's gonna last. That makes sense. Let's roll. MCR once said you're very much allowed to punch creepy guys in the face at one of their concerts. They believe they'd just go ham on a creepy guy. They totally would. Also, Bender. Bender's probably a pretty good one. Pretty straightforward. Maybe even almost too serious for this. But Bender. Strong. I think strong is probably the main power we're going to go with here. I don't know if he has some sort of gadgetry. Okay. Interesting pairing. Bender v. Dipper. Bend v. Dip. In the case of Bend v. Dip, which is not what... Actually, wait, Bender has like an actual name, doesn't he? I've not seen Futurama. I've seen like a few isolated episodes. It's Rodriguez. Why is this absolutely nonsense one have the most normal court case name? Why is it Rodriguez v. Pines? Why is that just a normal... Why does that sound like an actual court case? Alright. Don't give this to Dipper because you're magically biased. What do you mean magically biased? No. I would actually say, like, Dipper probably doesn't know how to deal with Bender. I'm getting ahead of myself. But Gravity Falls, they don't deal with robots often. They do deal with them, but it's not common. Anyway, in the case of Rodriguez v. Pines, the most normal court case name we have had in a good long while. Also, hey, Nikhil, what's up? Bender Bending Rodriguez. Where does that name come from? Someone probably knows, right? All right. Where's talents? Here we go. Bending, stealing. Having a robot body, he is much more durable than a human. His chest cavity could also be considered a magic satchel, as it has been shown to hold whole human, Inhuman Torch, at least 2 heads. Not Toon Force. Well, I guess Toon Force. Hammer Space. Hammer Space was what I was going for. So, Bender has Hammer Space. Good start. So, is that... Oh, functions. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, popcorn maker, beer dispenser, barbecue... Why is barbecue and spotlight in the same... That was surely meant to be 2 separate things, because I don't think a barbecue spot... Well, this is Futurama. I feel like we can't rule out barbecue spotlight as one of Bender's gadgets. Someone tell me if you know. If is barbecue and... This is not relevant to the fight, but... It's a joke about being made in Mexico. Oh, okay. Oven safe, mechanical jack storage closet. Okay, mechanical jack storage closet. That's definitely not something. So this is just a mistake in the listing. Infinite storage, hammer space. Humidifier, cannon storage. Okay. Fermentation chamber, secret processing dark room, camera eyes, cocktail shaker. So not a lot of weaponry. I was kind of expecting a little bit more weaponry, to be honest. But this is not a norm situation. So the powers we're looking at are basically just strong, durable, and hammer space, right? Strong, durable, hammer space. Hammer space, but like hammer space with a set list of things. He's had laser guns before, just not built in. Yeah, if it's not built in, we're not going to count it unless it's an iconic thing to the bit. We're not going to count general like weapons that have been used before. So that's not as crazy as I thought. I feel like Dipper has some level of chance here. And that is because I'm going to make a ruling here. Which is that, one, actually, there's an ad break for 30 more seconds, so I'm going to a little bit stall here. Mason. I feel like I definitely should know this. When was his name confirmed to be Mason? When was his name confirmed? In the journal? I have that book down there. I could grab that book right now. It's actually on frame. It's just too small to piece out from the background. When was his name confirmed to be Mason? Isn't that theorized? Okay, hold on. This is a rabbit hole that I just kind of want to... It's not on here. Bender has the ability to bend anything explicitly, even if it does not make sense and should not be bendable, including people. Ah, notable. Thank you for the addition, Nikhil. Yeah, this is interesting. This is citing Journal 3 as the Mason thing. I don't think that's true. Dipper Pine's real name. And Dipper's real name is revealed to be Mason. When? When? Hold this. Okay, I have seen this. I've owned Journal 3 and it's in fact Mason. Where? Where does it? Okay, genuinely, like, where does it say that? Not saying you're wrong, but I've read that book. It's been a while. I guess I just missed it? Because I have this book right. I'm gonna grab it. Not that I need to prove myself here, but like, I'll put the history of the Marvel Universe back where it's supposed to go. I got this book. I got this book before they reprinted it and added like branding to it too. This is actually a very niche thing, but they reprinted this book. But when they reprinted it, they put like the Gravity Falls title art directly onto the cover, and so it didn't look cool anymore. Weirdness magnet page. Does this even have a table of contents, or am I going to have to look through all of these individually? Because I will. I love this show, so I 100% will. Oh, wait. Well, it would probably be in the later section, because this book is divided into a few sections, and the first section is like what's in the book original. You know, this is actually really interesting because of something I'm going to point out in a second. Also, by the way, in case you've never seen this book before and you're wondering if this is like a book that's just for kids, like a kid's adaptation, it is not. I'll actually pull it up on the big screen. It is very much not. It is a full thing of the journal. Every page of the journal that is ever seen in the show is in this book. And yeah, it's well done. Yeah. It's a super well done book, is the point. I would highly recommend this, especially if you can get... The flip is throwing me off. Oh, yeah, because it's going to be backwards on your end. Okay, near the back. Weirdness magnet was what I was told to look for, right? I have another reason for looking through this book for so long, by the way. It looks like it showed his name in one of the coded ciphers. Oh. Then that explains why I haven't seen it, and also probably makes it a little bit pointless for me to be looking through this for that right now. But in that case, I will move on and get to my other point, which is, I think for the purposes of this battle, we assume, obviously, that Dipper has the book. People are going to be like, why is that? I just noticed my music auto-played into Quiet Cafe Night Cozy Coffee Shop, which I've never seen it do before. And I don't think I'm legally allowed to play that. Well, that's annoying. Hopefully that doesn't cause me any problems, because that did not autoplay into royalty-free music. That's YouTube. What the hell? Okay, well, you know what? If this one of all episodes gets copyright struck and taken down, I guess that's fair. This is probably the worst or the best one for that to happen to. But yeah, apparently my music autoplayed into something else, which is never done before. That's annoying. Oh well, this episode is really just cursed. Point is, let me get back to what I was doing. We assume that Dipper has this book, and we assume that anything within this book is within Dipper's ability, right? This is an iconic enough thing to Dipper's character. This is where all of his use is going to come from. So anything within this book, which I have the entirety of right here, is available for Dipper's use against Bender. Let's do some flipping, shall we? Because there are spells in this book, right? I'm not looking for things like the stomach-faced duck or the undead. Well, the undead's kind of spells. Conjuring zombies. He can conjure zombies. There's side effects to that. There's a whole episode. Magic items. Now, we don't necessarily... okay, actually, magic items. This is notable. There are 4 magic items shown on this list. There's the Cloak of Occasional Visibility, Crystal Baldwin, the Tie of Possession, and the Giant's Thumb. Now, the only one of these that was ever actually shown... Why am I not on big cam if I'm showing you guys a book? And again, it's going to be backwards, but the Tie of Possession was shown in the show. These others, not shown in the show, but Dipper knows where they are because he has the book. I think there's also some other stuff in the spells section. Doesn't seem like there is, but there might be more spells. Let's see. The size-altering crystals. Now, this is one of the most overpowered things in the show. Basically, he has like a Pym particle ray that can shrink things and grow things. Shrinking Bender probably would be very effective. So we know that Dipper has... I'm thinking Dipper might win this. I'm really thinking Dipper might win this. There's a whole chapter about ghosts and how to deal with them and handle them. I don't think it ever talks about summoning them. Small Bender has canonically almost ended the world. How did that happen? Okay, let's see. Scrolling through. Oh, the magnet gun. The magnet gun might be helpful against a metal creature. And we know he has access to that. This is the magical bias I'm talking about. Hey, shrinking. Shrinking is viable, Nikhil. Shrinking is viable. I've not seen Futurama, so I'm just looking at one thing here. Memory gun probably couldn't work on Bender. Don't think that would work on machines. That's something that's going to be not within his use. No, this is helpful. That's stuff with Bill, but don't want to touch that. Bender replicated and rearranged atoms to turn all water into alcohol. Okay, so don't shrink Bender. Noted. Don't shrink Bender. Bender has been shrunk many times. I haven't seen the show! You gotta tell me these things. That's why you guys are here. That's why I don't just... Well, I'm gonna be honest. Not having an audience is not the reason that I don't sit here and do this on my own time. That would be incredibly sad if I did that. And while I am quite sad, I'm not that sad. What other abilities does this book provide? Body swapping also probably wouldn't work on Bender. That works with nervous systems. The Gideon bot is not something he has access to. Bipper is not anything. Giffany? Giffany probably could beat Bender, but Giffany was destroyed. Magnets make him a country singer. That could work. Oh, wait, really? If magnets make him a country singer, yeah, that totally works. Dipper has a magnet... at one point, Stanford gives Dipper a magnetic gun that Dipper... It's in the book. So, we're going to... It's in the book and Dipper's using it. So, yeah, if magnets disable Bender, Dipper wins. That's actually a very funny little definitive victory there, if that's as easy as that. Magnets placed on Bender's head causes inhibition unit to function, thus making him sing folk songs. Oh, yeah, Dipper wins then. He has a ranged magnet. He has a ranged magnet. A magnet gun, like I said. If it's really that simple, then that is victory. The infinity-sided die is too risky to be used. I don't know why I'm still going through this book. If a magnet gun is... if a magnet gun is an option, that would work. That's the end. I'm just flipping through this book because I haven't in a while at this point, and it's a good book. Okay. Wow. That's not how I thought this one was going to go at all. However, country singer Bender has won fights, like, physically. Okay, so it doesn't disable him. It doesn't disable him. I will say, I do think that that's probably, having flipped through the book, the only thing that Dipper has in his arsenal that would be effective. Nikhil immediately accusing me of magical bias, but no, I think the other magical stuff is not going to be effective. It's effective on organic beings, which Bender is not. Let me shove that back in there. Yeah. It's effective on organic beings, which Bender is not. So I think that is really Dipper's only source of options here. Dipper can use crystals to make himself a giant. That also would work, but if Bender has, like, unreasonable Toon Force strength, how helpful is that? I mean, think, like, even if you're a giant, you're still made of human flesh. If you try to, like, smack a robot, that's not going to do very well for you. We need the answer to the magnets disabling him. If the magnets disable him, Dipper wins. If the magnets don't disable him and he can still fight easily, then Bender wins. Bender bent a wall made of stone. Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. That's like the size thing probably isn't going to matter effectively. It's a huge page. He does have a fear of the number 666, which I don't know how helpful that is. Let's see. Okay, I'm not sure. Giant magnet that they use in junkyards will work. Well, yeah, no, but we're not talking about a junkyard magnet. We're talking about a magnet gun. He basically just has a video of what magnets can do to him. Sure. That'll work. Again, you're not going to get sound, mostly because I'm apparently already maybe going to get copyright struck for this video. It's not even good. Ugh. That's a problem I'll deal with when I get to it. Anyway, let's see. Again, not going to worry about sound. Probably should, but it would take time to set up, and I don't want to bother. Question, is Dipper a child? Yeah, Dipper's like 12. Because, yeah, he's 12 at the beginning of the series and 13 at the end of the series. Also, though, this seems effective. This seems very much like a disable kind of situation, and that is a refrigerator magnet. This video is making me think that Dipper definitely wins, because that's a weak magnetic force, and if that weak magnetic force does that, imagine what strong magnetic force is going to do. Unless somebody presents me with a very convincing argument in favor of Bender right now, I actually do think Dipper wins, just because Dipper canonically has access to a very strong magnet that works at range. Though I'm also curious where Amy's line of questioning is going, so I will wait a little bit. We will wait for the jury to deliberate before I make my my final judgment. So I'll just stall for a second. That said, if no one proposes any different ideas, I will go ahead and make my judgment. Could Bender not just punt him? Well, that's the thing. The magnet gun is a gun. It's not just a magnet that he can stick on. It is specifically like a magnetic grappling gun, basically. Literally, all Dipper has to do is point it at Bender, pull the trigger, and let go, and the super strong magnetic force will fly to him and stick. Dipper doesn't even have to get close. It's not just a strong magnet, it's ranged. So yeah, I'm going to rule in favor of Dipper. And funny enough, as Nikhil said, magical bias doesn't even come into it. It's science bias. Science bias is what wins the day here. Thank goodness for Ford's tech, by the way, because that is technically Ford's tech, but it is Ford's tech that Dipper has canonically used and is in the journal. So I think the combination of those two things means that he does have access to it reasonably. And therefore, I didn't do my gavel, did I? The court rules in favor of Pines. In the case of Rodriguez v. Pines, which is still very funny to me. Is he going to build a gun? No, he has it. He has it already. He uses it in one of the episodes. Also, classic science bias. Yeah, sure. Sure, Nikhil. Now that you're here, Nikhil, let's get your expert opinion on this fight. Pen Zero. This is another one that's very niche. This was from that weird era of Disney XD where they were desperately trying to make shows that were good because they had Gravity Falls and that was great, and then they had Star versus the Forces of Evil, which like was good and then kind of became not good, and then they just floundered. Is Disney XD even still a thing? I genuinely don't know if it's even still a thing. But yeah, this was from that era where they just kind of floundered and made like 1 or 2 seasons of shows that never lasted. But it'll be an interesting one regardless, because I feel like Pen Zero's status is very unique for this type of question. If you don't know who Pen Zero is, don't worry, we're going to talk about him. But let's see who he's fighting. And this is going to be a huge... Oh, okay, we're staying in Gravity Falls spacing here. Pen Zero versus McGucket. Staying firmly in Disney XD territory, actually. Okay, well, first off, let's do the ruling of McGucket. I'm going to say end of series McGucket. So if somehow you haven't seen Gravity Falls and you don't want spoilers, I'm actually going to say Amy, like, if you don't want spoilers, which I highly recommend you don't, because Gravity Falls is a great show, and you do really need to watch it. Like, maybe dip for a bit, because there will 100% be spoilers in the discussion of McGucket. And all I'm going to say for now is end of series McGucket. End of series McGucket is definitely what we got to do here. Disney XD displays chopped up Safe for Work Let's Plays from YouTube now? No way. Hold on. That's a rabbit hole I need to go down real quick. I give myself 60 seconds on that rabbit hole. DisneyXD.com. I'm seeing... Oh, wait, that's Canada. Maybe it's different in Canada. I'm seeing shows here. No, there's shows here. Well, some of these are old, though. Yeah, whatever. That's not a rabbit hole that I have time to go down. The hope you display for me to watch the show in the future is admirable. It's not even hope, Amy. It's a really, 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 really good show. Like, please watch it. Please watch it, Amy. It's fantastic. It is one of my favorite shows of all time. It's good. Not fully sane McGucket. No, not how would I phrase it? That McGucket point where it's like insane but still has like intelligence. Not so fun fact, Disney contracts have implied somewhat that after 3 seasons payment for them gets higher, so they change show names slightly. Yes, that is a thing. Disney contracts are horrible because it's Disney. Anyway, Pen Zero is what we got to talk about more now, because Pen Zero is the weirder concept here. For those who don't know what this show is, which is probably a lot of you, Pen Zero Part-Time Hero was a show in, like I said, that weird little space where Disney XD was trying to be good again and just not doing very well, where the concept of this show specifically was that this guy would enter different dimensions when sort of the heroes of those dimensions failed to do their job. Like, if a hero in a universe failed, he would kind of teleport in and he would sort of gain their abilities and finish the job for them. It's mostly YouTube. They play old censored Jacksepticeye videos and Dante. That's wild. I refuse to believe that for my own sanity. Anyway, so the problem with Pen Zero, and in hindsight, I feel like maybe I shouldn't have put him on this list because of the way that his powers work. He doesn't have any abilities inherently. His whole thing is that he takes on the abilities of the people that he is sort of temporarily replacing. He has different powers in each episode. I'm going to go to the forums page here. There's a bunch, and some of them are weirder than others. There's so freaking many of these. And he doesn't have any of these powers as a baseline. So how do we define Pen Zero's baseline powers? There's an argument to be made here. There's an argument to be made here that we could give him like a Gravity Falls thing, you know, like, but that's situational. The thing is, he's so situational that it's hard to balance him in this case, because one of two things happens, right? Either we assume that Pen Zero is going into the Gravity Falls universe, fighting McGucket, and thus taking on the powers of someone from the Gravity Falls universe, or he has nothing. And even if he does become a Gravity Falls hero, he specifically becomes the hero. So he is either going to get, realistically, the powers of Dipper or Mabel. And those aren't great. If we give him, we can't give him Bill's powers. We can't give him Bill's powers because there is another character in the same show that is the one that like teleports to different dimensions and is a bad guy. Rippin'. Yeah. Is that his whole thing? Is he also just personality? This is a weirdly structured wiki. he's a part-time villain because, you know, Pen Zero, part-time hero, part-time villain. His whole thing, he's a bad guy. His sister Vlergen. What? So this is the villain. This is the villain that they keep sort of teleporting into. Where? Okay, where's the tech? Where's the tech, right? Phyllis. Is Phyllis the one that said... Yes, multi-universe transprojector. I was right. How does this work? I think this is going to be one of our important things here. It's a gateway to other universes. This is incredibly vague. Yeah, okay. So this is not as helpful informationally as I thought it was going to be. What show is this character from? It's Pen Zero from a show called Pen Zero, Part-Time Hero, which was not... I remember it not being great, but maybe I just remember the theme song kind of sucking, and that is sort of projected onto the rest of the show. I don't think there's any realistic way in which Pen Zero is able to get great powers in this scenario, because he specifically goes into protagonists. He specifically replaces protagonists, and therefore is not going to get anything necessary to beat McGucket. We haven't even talked about McGucket yet. I can do that now. Let's move over to what our other character is. World characters. Oh, actually, where would this be? This could be classified under a couple names. McGucket. Not that one. Old Man. Oh, it was under O for Old Man McGucket. Okay, so Fiddleford H. McGucket. If you've only seen a few episodes of Gravity Falls or only seen like clips or things, yes, McGucket doesn't have any powers, but McGucket also has robots. He has the Gobblewonker robot, and it's also established that like he knows how to do that and does other... I don't know if we ever actually see him do any other robots, but it's implied that he does. It is very implied that he does. The only thing he could get is the mind-whipping thing, and I don't remember what they did with that. Yeah, it's just... Gobblewonker robot is broken. Well, yes, but he is fully capable of rebuilding robots. He is fully capable of rebuilding robots. Here's the thing. Dipper is able to handle McGucket because Dipper ultimately is very smart, right? Dipper's young, but he is very smart. He is knowledgeable of the world of Gravity Falls. He has the journal, which I guess Pen Zero would also get, but like, I don't believe Pen Zero gets the knowledge of people that he sort of possesses. Also, a note, I hate the color contrast on this wiki. Look at this. Heroes Pen Zero. Let me see the exact powers here. I might never even... Come on, there's got to be something that tells me, right? He works as part-time heroes. I don't think he gets the knowledge. I don't think he gets the knowledge of people that he sort of possesses. So, yeah, he is knowledgeable of weirdness. That is true. But he hasn't read the book. You know what? Okay, I'm making a ruling. I'm making a ruling here, and that I'm making a ruling in favor officially of McGucket. The court rules in favor of McGucket. Here's why. All of this argument that we're doing, we're coming to this point of like a kind of tie, a very close thing here where it's like, yeah, he can get some of the knowledge of Dipper, and Dipper is decently capable of beating McGucket when he has allies, notably. Like, Dipper can handle McGucket, but is Pen Zero going to have all the knowledge of Dipper? But all of those questions all hinge on Pen being in the Gravity Falls universe and using his machine and taking on the powers of Dipper. Which, yes, it's fairly likely that that's how this fight would play out, but since it's a close race, I think that is going to knock Pen into losing the tie. Does that make sense? Is Pen Zero just a hero version of Quantum Leap? Yeah, kind of. But yeah, I think that since it's such a close race, the fact that all of this is hinging on a special condition is going to knock Penn out of the tie. So, McGucket wins this case. We're at 259-32. So we are going to do a 10th battle. This will be the final one of the night. So we will have done the same amount of battles as last time. Who knows if I'm even going to be allowed to put this one on YouTube. But we'll find out, huh? Battle 10. Let's figure out who the last ones of this very weird episode have been. Or will be. First one of the final episode is another new one from this episode, King Boo. So a big old ghost who drives a car sometimes. King Boo versus Barney the Dinosaur. Ghost versus Dinosaur. Cool. Did I miss another Fox which shall not be named situation tonight? There have been like a few. This has not been a good episode. King Boo versus Barney. This one should be pretty straightforward, right? Like, I don't think there's a lot of power. Like, not a lot of weird powers to consider here. It's just kind of Ghost v. Dinosaur. Now, we're going to look. We're going to do my due diligence. But I kind of expect this to just shake out as Ghost v. Dinosaur. Oh, God. Okay. King Boo has some powers throughout the series, including materializing objects and spitting fire. That's something. That's actually really something. Hold on. Spitting fire. This is such a long thing. And I'm stopping breathing again, so we're going to go fast. Powers and abilities. King Boo's power increases when in the presence of other Boos. Interesting. He can materialize things, but only when, okay. He can materialize things. He can pull a mansion out of the ghost dimension. Create replicas of Mario's enemies, dimensions, bubbles, and fire. He's way stronger than I thought. He did a way stronger stuff than I thought here. Open portals, traps. Okay, so a lot of what we're seeing here, to summarize, is that he has all sorts of interdimensional ghost powers, right? Full range of interdimensional ghost powers, portals, spatial weirdness, and some sort of like spirit fire. That's all pretty solid, right? Shape-shifting as well. He can make spike balls rain down. That's all pretty good. King Boo also doesn't have any sort of restrictions on like being looked at, right? Going off the Barney Christmas movie, Barney's basically God. Well, let's look that up quickly because I can't breathe very well. Okay, Barney. Powers? Well, let's just look up Barney Christmas movie since that's what Nikhil said. This is very going to be like a spirit of good versus a spirit of evil vibe, which is very funny. Barney's Night Before Christmas. Can I get a Wikipedia? There we go. Plot. Is this the right movie? I'm gonna assume this is the right movie. He lives in people's minds. What? I feel like I do not have the stamina left in my lungs to learn enough about Barney for this one. So I'm looking at this. This might not be the movie. Barney is a dinosaur from our imagination. Okay, so this is maybe something I shouldn't say because I feel like people are gonna make fun of me for it. I didn't watch a lot of like kids shows when I was a kid because I thought they were dumb. I was too intellectual as a child, I guess. Like, I didn't like Sesame Street and I didn't like Barney because I was, like, reading too fast for it to be entertaining to me. You can ask my mother to confirm this, I guess. Which is wild. Okay, Bart, this is the page I was just on. I was hoping to find more, like, character history here. But most of this seems to be, like, publication history, you know? Most of this seems to be, like, publication history. Okay, you're wrong for not doing Sesame Street. To be fair, child me is, like, a very, 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 very different person than adult me in basically every way. I was okay, I got an idea here. In the spirit of speed, we're going to go to a resource that I think will be, Versus Battle Wiki, Barney the Dinosaur. Not the best primary source, but I would like to see what they have. That's about a whole lot of powers there. So he does just seem to be some sort of god, right? Yeah. Likely from Barney's base form is a doll that Barney turns into to be ignored or when tired. Is this true? Is this true? Also, my water bottle's empty, and since I'm going to be done in about 2 minutes, I'm not going to bother going and refilling it now. I'm sorry, it will just prolong things. Reality manipulation parasite. Okay, so, I mean, we really do have spirit v. spirit here. These are likely comparable. These are likely comparable sorts of things. King Boo. So, I mean, look at this. He can materialize objects, dimensions, fire attacks. Matt, I repeat, Barney apparently created a galaxy for the children to cross through to reach a planet far beyond it with the power of imagination. Okay. I mean, that's pretty cut and dry, and I, again, need to stop talking so that I don't destroy my lungs. I'm sorry, that's exaggeration. I shouldn't exaggerate like that. I'll be fine. It's not nearly that serious. I'm just being overdramatic. But yeah, that does seem pretty cut and dry. So, sure, on the expert judgment of Nikhil Clayton, and the fact that Barney seems to be terrifyingly powerful, as Night Lumi puts it, Mad Jim Barney, master of reality. Court rules in favor of Barney. There we go. Really quick, let's do some announcements and stuff. Sorry, this one was a little chaotic through the end, but I drank too much carbonation today, and that is my fault. Oh well. Quick announcements. All of them I did go over at the beginning, and they're also all over here. Really, the only big things are D and Dorks episode. Well, not D and Dorks. Outlaws of the 7, episode 3. It is available now on YouTube. Episode 4 is this Friday. It's going to be a really good one. You should turn in. And Canon Clash Season 2 starts this Saturday. Notably, it starts at 8. I know I moved streams up. I told the guests 8 because I was used to that from last season. So, it's still happening at 8. Oops. The Twitch schedule is accurate now, though, so that's good. So you can just go check there for details. But again, D and Dorks Friday, Canon Clash Season 2 begins with Nikhil, actually. Saturday at 8. I hope to see you all there. Thank you all for watching. Sorry, this one was weird. I will upload the previous episode of this tonight or tomorrow. Hopefully I can upload this one, but the YouTube autoplay might screw me on copyright. We'll have to see how that goes. Regardless, I do appreciate you all being here. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all later.